Hello, Internet. Hi, and welcome to Daisies and Dragons, where tonight we shall be previewing and playing Plasmodics, a game that is kickstarting now. And you can get a preview of the game if you wish at a link that we shall place in chat. Um, Plasmodics is a game where you play in the smithereens of a world that's falling apart. It is a tabletop role playing game of post apocalyptic gonzo sci fi settings where sort of humans and kind of animals and mostly robots and definitely aliens join hand in mutated hand. Our players will be playing Plasmodics, mutants of the galaxy, and together they shall be trying to save the world or at least survive its destruction. I will be your games master for tonight. For this mini series, we will all take turns being the game master. I chose the short straw and get to start. Um, my name is Arman Babu. I am a brown-skinned Indian man, bearded, floppy hair, big headphones, a messy fridge behind me, and I will now let our players introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Chirag Ghaznani. No one was nominated, so I'll just go. I'm one of the co-founders of Daisies and Dragons. I'm a British Indian man wearing a green shirt, and I am excited for shenanigans and not knowing what is going on, which is how I live most of my normal life. Let's go, mutants! Woo! Right? I don't know if we're the good guys or not. We'll find out.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay, I guess I'm next. My name is Tomas Jimenez Rioja. My pronouns are he, him. I am a white-skinned guy with black hair, all messy, wearing a gray sweater here and a bedroom on my back. I will be playing as this character that their name is Ezekiel, a human-like mutant attempting to survive in this world being devastated.
We love to see it. Who's going next?
I can go. Hey, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for including me. My name is Lex Wilson. My friends call me Alex, and so can you. I'm a mask-presenting white person with a shaved head and wearing a black T-shirt and sitting at a desk surrounded by books, which give me the appearance of seeming very intelligent. I use he, him pronouns, as does the character I'm playing, Greynock. He's an animalistic mutant, and he is a quantum plumber, which is a fancy way of saying plumber.
That is me. Hi, I'm Astis. I am a black-skinned Indian woman with blondish hair, wearing a gray T-shirt and a blank background. Ominous. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing Suwawea. Whose pronouns are they and it.
Fantastic. You'll find out who I am when the game. It changes every time, maybe.
All right, this is our first time, all of ours, playing Plasmodics. So if we mess up or take a couple of extra minutes to look up the rules, please forgive us. Or
learn with us.
Just go with that. Yes, learn with us. Okay, thank you. But
don't forgive me.
With our introductions out of the way, we shall go right into it. And let me introduce the world of Alora 6. 300 years ago, Moonbug Megacore and ships full of 7,000 of their employees landed on the planet Alora 6, a planet obscenely rich with a valuable but highly volatile resource, Valianite. Over the next 2 centuries, Moonbug drained the planet dry of every ounce of Valianite they could find, permeating the atmosphere with deadly radiation that is impossible to survive without protective radiation shields. Once the planet was dry, Moonbug turned its attentions to the moons of Alora 6, finding even more Valianite there. The descendants of those first employees were left behind to fend for themselves, with no way back to the planet their great-great-grandparents once called home. In the last century, Alora 6 has descended into chaos. Raiders, bunker rats, errant scientists, irradiated animals, and plants all share the planet with the handful of corporate thugs left behind to try and keep the planet under control. The radiation on Alora 6 has also introduced, in the last generation, unique mutations in people, some of which provide great power, some of which provide great inconvenience, and for some people, a mix of both. Things on Alora 6 have gone from bad to worse, and now, from worse to apocalyptic. Moonbug's mining of Valianite caused a reaction in the closest moon's core, one that caused it to break apart. Parts of the moon are now falling to the planet, and Moonbug Megacore is planning to jump ship. They are initiating plans to teleport their entire mining facilities away, an act that will destroy the moon entirely, leaving it to crash into the planet below. However, a ragtag group of heroes have banded together. They are united in noble purpose. They are here to save the world, whatever it takes, each with their own special abilities, their own flaws, and their own reasons for being here. They are alone against the world and will do whatever it takes to stop the impending apocalypse. Or, at least they would, if it wasn't for the fact that the four of you are probably going to take them all out, because these heroes made the mistake of trying to steal your radiation protection shields. They have snuck into your safety home in the middle of the night, and you have discovered them, and they are prepared to enter combat immediately. So, as we enter into this round of combat, you guys can choose whether your trouble starts at a 6 and counts down, or whether your trouble starts at a 1 and counts up.
Mm-hmm. Any preference so far?
Chirag, you are on mute.
Remind me what the pros and cons of doing it one way or the other is?
So, the trouble adds danger to everyone's role, allies, enemies alike. If you want to get this a fight done quick and dirty, get everything out of the way, and take the big risks right at the beginning, you might want to start at a 6. However, if you want to be a little more cautious and have trouble build up, you might want to start with a 1.
Maybe we could start with a 1 just because it's our first combat.
I feel like it's our first fight. Yeah, we should start with a 1.
All right, your trouble dice is now at a 1.
Okay.
So, with that, the players start first. Chirag, we'll start with you. Why don't you both introduce your character and tell us what you do on your turn?
You can see, Thunder is Glip Johnson, a purple alien, got tentacles coming out of his, where head would be for a normal person. His eyes are usually glowing bright light. They're like yellow, like beans. He has to wear protective glasses, just to on the one hand, not cause the light to be so sensitive, and two, make him look extremely dorky as opposed to eldritch horror. He's got a Hawaiian style shirt. No, he is not actually from Hawaii. On there, and beach shorts. He had come here for holiday, and he is screaming in panic and fear, trying to put up bravado as he's just got his long stolen, presumably, gun. I think it says shotgun. I'm going to imagine it's a shotgun or rifle, unless you tell me otherwise.
Shotgun enough.
Yeah, shotgun enough. Maybe a bit blue for random reasons. And he's stop it! Why is everyone screaming? And just tries to scare them off by just firing wildly in the sky, and not because he's really bad at aim. It's an intimidation move, I swear.
Okay, so let me tell you who you see. You see in a large storeroom, about 20 by 20 feet, there are 4 characters there. One is a red-headed woman who is the tallest of the group, large muscles, wielding a very large hammer. You see a younger man, slick back hair, a really fancy leather jacket, with 2 pistols in his hands. You see a robot with emoticons on their face, switching as soon as you entered to look mean, and a fourth person, relatively short, carrying a very very large looking bazooka that is much bigger than him, but carrying it with balance, with
sorry.
surprising balance and grace.
Okay.
He said, redhead, Sonia the Barbarian. I had robot with emoticons and short person with a bazooka. What was the fourth one?
A young-looking guy, slick back hair, and 2 pistols.
Got it. Okay. Are they? Yes, clearly. Are they intimidated by me firing wildly into the sky?
Well, let's see. I believe there's a role you can do for that, and let me just double check the rules on. Let's see, mutations in combat. I have the cheat sheet open. Yes. So this sounds like you are, long range making a weakness. So this sounds close to the closest thing I can imagine you doing here is that you are making a weakness for the next person to. You're trying to intimidate them, essentially, is what you do before combat even starts.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting. So, what is your weapon dice? It is a D8?
D8. Yep,
All
D8
right.
long.
So, roll a D8 for me. Actually, yeah, just roll a D8 for me. You're both D8s.
I roll 2 D8s.
Yes, and you'll
Okay.
be adding a 1 to each dice because
Do
the
I
trouble is
do I
one.
incorporate either of my nuances, like guard, for example?
I would say at this moment. Actually, wait, no, hold on. Just make a nuance roll for me. Actually, you'll still add your trouble dice to it. So which nuance are you using for this?
I think I'm trying to be. I don't think they're laser monkeys. So I think it's just guard that applies.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Okay.
1d6 plus 1 for trouble.
Yeah. Huh?
All right. Let's go. Guard. 5 total.
5 total. Okay, that is a 4 or better. That is a success with complications. They are all of them as a one look a little afraid. The robot's got like that big O for a mouth and the eyebrows. They all take a step back as they look at the rest of you. Tomas, why don't you introduce us to your character and what they do on their turn?
Okay, you will see by the side, nearing the shadows of the place we are in, this human-like kind of guy with their arms like grabbing the back of the wall in a weird way. Their eyes are shining, and you can see that they are preparing on the corner with some sort of knives on the side that seem to glow bright. And as they're scanning the whole area, he goes by all pronouns: he, she, it, whatever. And he will roll forward and try to stab one of the people coming in.
All right. What is your weapon die for your stabby claws?
I am not sure of that.
All right. Let us say for now they are they're sharp claws. I'd say give them a D6 at least.
D6. Okay, so I have to roll my D6 and that's it.
Roll 2d6.
2d6. Great. So that's 8.
8. But tell me what each dice rolled.
4 and 4.
4 and 4. Okay, so I would say so you have to assign one of those dice to your weapon attack. So that'll be a 5 for your weapon attack. You do 5 damage to one of them. But the other 5 is going to go to Fallout. Essentially, you have rolled sketchy. You either break a risky item, and you don't have a risky item, so you can either add one to the trouble track, which means you can. Yes, you have a question, Chirag? You're on mute, Chirag?
You're muted again.
Doesn't something happen if he rolls doubles?
No, you are right. Thank you for reminding me that. There is, again, new game, new rules. If you roll doubles, let's see. The item, weapon, or mutation you use. So you use your claws become risky. So
They
what that
become
means,
risky from now on. Okay.
they have the risky status. And what that means is, yeah, they are. It's possible that they can break. And given that, so you now have a choice. You can either add 1 to the trouble track, or you can have your claws break apart in this attack.
I'll break my claws. I will not start the countdown so early.
Okay, so yes, your claws.
Do I manage to do an attack? Or
Yeah,
is
your
this-
attack still happens. It's just you hit it
Okay.
so hard. You put your claws into the robot that they have with them, and when you pull them out, they're only half there.
Yeah, and just so you know, this Ezekiel, the human playing, goes into a ball, kind of like a Metroid. Samus goes like a ball and he's right there. Clearly not like a human should be able to do.
Okay. All right. Aziz, let's have you next. Tell us about your character and what they do on their turn.
Okay, so Chihuahua is so like kind semi-bipedal, like their bottom half, big, like, what's the word? Haunches, yeah, haunches and hooves. The top half is a bit more slightly closer to humanoid, like they've got ape hands, basically. Their fur is like deep orange and slightly thick and long, with a few white, like curvy stripes on them. And then their head is a dog head, and the head is way too small for the body, and the eyes are way too big for the head. So Chihuahua is picking up his flamethrower, and basically they're going to go to the robot and just try to set it on fire and melt it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a weapon die for your flamethrower?
Yeah, it's D12.
Okay, so roll 2d12, please.
You're not the only one who gave a tiny creature a big weapon.
No, it's a big creature. Head is
Oh.
like
Okay.
like I would say a good like 5-6 feet
Oh, okay.
when fully standing. That is a 4 and an 8. As you can imagine, the 4 will be the fallout,
All right, yeah,
and the
that
8 will
sounds
be the
good.
damage.
So you have a choice. You can either have one of your basically one of your items become risky. In this case, it would be the flamethrower becomes risky, or you can add 1 to the trouble track.
I'm gonna add on to the trouble track.
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
All right. So the trouble track is now at a 1. We started at 0.
So now.
Yes.
started at
When we get to it,
No, we started 1.
We start at 1,
Yeah.
so we've gone to
Okay.
2.
so there are 2 types of trouble tracks. There is a trouble track for the general apocalypse, and there are trouble tracks for the combat. I might have
that
gotten
makes
confused
sense.
about which track we are tracking. So in which case, yes, the trouble die is now going to go up to 2. Okay, so with that, do 8 damage to the robot. All right, so the robot, which already had its guts exposed by hold on, by the previous attack with the knives, it is especially vulnerable to your flames, as there's a minor explosion and the robot goes down in heat. All right, next up we have Alex. Please, tell us a bit about your character and what do they do?
All right. Like I said, I'm a plumber, quantum plumber. And Greynok is an animalistic mutant who looks kind of like a squirrel.
Okay.
See that? Okay. But his body has this big carapace like a beetle. And that's kind of what he has as his outfit. He doesn't have to wear clothes because he's got this like almost body armor looking carapace surrounding him at all times. So what he's doing right now is just before we started playing, you happened to give me an item, which was an anti-intruder alarm. And what I'd like to do is I want to throw that at the person with a bazooka, because that seems like the person you want to disrupt. And especially if they're sort of in the middle of everything, if let's say making a loud noise or bright lights or something like that, disorienting the group feels like a good way to sort of contain this problem.
Okay, so this would seem like a nuance roll to try and... You have a relevant nuance that might go with trying to disorient them with the help of your alarm.
Let me see. You know what? I have machine sense.
Okay.
And machinery just sort of listens to me. It's a mind thing.
Okay.
So I'm just good at that sort of thing. So
That sounds great. Go ahead and roll a d6.
find an open window so I can use a browser. I got a 3, not to brag.
All right, you're going to roll another d6 as well.
I don't know. I did it really well that first time. Are you sure you want me to? Okay. I rolled a 1. You know.
Okay, so
Again, not to brag.
one of those, it's not terrible. One of those goes to Fallout, and
Okay.
one of those is going to just count as a success. You add your trouble die to this, so that 3 got turned into a 5 if you use that for your nuance roll, which means it is an automatic success. And your 1 turns into a 3, and if you use that for Fallout, that means no ill effects.
That sounds great. Let's do that.
Actually,
This
You tipped your hand there.
Aziz, I assume I'm about to be corrected. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just figured out what we're doing wrong. So we don't use the trouble dice every encounter. We only start the trouble dice when the trouble track reaches them.
I did say that you were supposed to roll them one at a time. Is that? You think that's why?
Let's see. That doesn't seem right. Let's see. So, the trouble dice, weapons dice, and let's see. It does. I mean, let me just double check that. Trouble dice.
It says
add
when the trouble
value-
track reaches 10, the trouble dice hits the table.
The players, when the trouble dice hits the table, the players choose to start at a 6 or a 1. I see. But combat starts when the trouble hits. If you're in a fight. Okay, yes, I see. Trouble has not hit yet. Got it. Okay, so.
okay, it's still a success with a 4, and he's still basically everything happens the same.
Let us say this round happened with slightly troubled rules. You all had slightly better and worse luck than
The rules are the trouble.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So in which case, our trouble track is at a. Our trouble track, since you added to that, is at a 1. All right. And with that, it is now the enemy's turn. There is no trouble dice yet, and we are about to go. Oh yes, Trug.
It says on Fallout 1 to 3, it says none. Impair your enemy or get into a good position. So I think Alex is actually better off than when we started.
Oh, that is true. Yeah. So you have impaired an enemy. And you
makes
were
sense.
aiming it specifically at the guy with the bazooka. So
I was
his-
centering it on the bazooka person, yes, because
Yes.
he has a bazooka.
So yeah, you have impaired his D12 weapon down to a D4.
Wow.
As he is deafened by one of his senses, is just lost to the loudness of the alarm, which I assume your machine sense focuses. Just makes sure it focuses a little louder on him. All right, so I'm going to roll for first the red-headed woman. She rolls a 4 as she comes up to hold on. As she runs forward and comes up to Ezekiel and slams the
Okay.
hammer into him.
Mhm.
You take 4 damage.
All right. I take 4 damage,
Uh-huh.
and as I do. So you can see that from the side, Ezekiel immediately grabs some ketchup and puts it on the place that he was hit.
You are also impaired. One of your senses is dulled, and for the rest of combat, you are because she rolled a 1 on Fallout. For the rest of combat, you are going to basically be only rolling d4s for your attacks. Let's see. The next, the young person with the slick back hair and the 2 pistols, begins shooting at you. Chihuahua?
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
No, Chihuahua. Chihuahua.
Chihuahua. Yes, you get shot at.
Oh no.
Yes. Oof, they were both ones. So you take 1 damage, but you are also impaired as the loud sounds of as the shot basically weakens you just a little bit. Let's see. And next we have the big gun whose gun was who can't really focus because of the sound of the alarms sounding off in his head. He aims the bazooka over at Greynock, and instead of a rocket coming out, you see a dozen tinier versions of him all come out and begin shooting you with very tiny little pistols.
That is adorable.
They are being stored in the bazooka. You take an adorable 4 damage. And and with a 3, you are also impaired. Just since some of you have been impaired, just to say, while you're impaired, all your weapon dice are always a d4. To end this condition, you make a successful nuance roll to just focus yourself instead of attacking. Or you can just straight up attack with your d4s. With that, the enemy's turn is done. And it is back to you. You guys choose what order you wish to go in.
Ezekiel, do you want to go first because you're right up in there? Or would you have someone else?
I could, yeah. First and foremost, I will use my mental ability that is called Detect Evil. I know when someone is having an evil thought in here. I need to know that. It's important.
Someone is having an evil thought. I will say, these are all very noble heroes. Aside from the tiny little people that you saw coming out of the bazooka, one of them...
Those are evil.
Just one of them is evil. He is looking to destroy his fellow tiny clones and eventually take over the body of the main person who you can, since you're reading their thoughts, he is simply known as the Big Gun.
Oh, who's a little big gun? Who's a little big gun? Love it.
Oh, there's always one evil clone in every batch.
There is always one. Yeah.
A horrible stereotype.
In the manufacturing description and the side effects.
All right. So roll. So you're trying to basically roll to take your impaired out from us.
If possible, that'll be good. Yeah.
Okay, so roll a d6 as you focus on their evil thoughts to try and center yourself.
2.
2. Okay. You do not succeed. In fact, on a 2, you make a choice. Either you fail your task completely and you remain impaired, or you add 1 to the trouble track and succeed.
But I managed. Okay. I will add 1 to the trouble track.
Okay, so our trouble track is now at a 2.
Look at the big gun and say, "Enemy detected."
All right. So who
Very
is that?
human-like.
Extremely.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Go ahead.
Okay.
Chihuahua.
My senses is impaired.
I would say your hearing is most impaired at the moment.
That's fine. Okay. So I have the mutation deterioration.
Okay.
And I chose like ideas and concepts. So could I make their idea of being heroes deteriorate? so that they give up on this plan.
Okay, that is very interesting. Just go ahead and make a roll. Go ahead and make a nuance roll for that. Yes, since you're not specifically attacking.
It's a mutation roll.
Yeah, but they're the same. They use the same
Yeah.
mechanics.
Yeah, yes.
They're almost the same.
Yeah.
I should be pedantic
Mechanically-
about it.
Mechanically, just
Um,
roll a d6.
Just 1d6. Ooh.
That's a 2. So either you have a mixed success with a complication, or you fail.
Oh no. We're at a 2 on the trouble track.
We can go to 3.
We can go to 3. I'm good with the complication.
Okay, so basically there are two psychic things happening at the same time. One person is detecting evil thoughts, while the other person is trying to turn heroes to not be so heroic. What happens is that they start to turn on each other, and you can always detect when there are evil thoughts in the room. Ezekiel, you essentially feel the evil thoughts growing. All of them, 201, are turning a little more evil and are now turning on themselves a little bit. They are less cohesive
Okay.
as a unit. All right, who is next? We have Clip Johnson and Grey Knock.
Greynock.
Grena, you go. My abilities would kind of like stop the fight, perhaps, or maybe. I trust you have a plan.
I do not have a plan, but I do have a pipe wrench.
That's all we need.
I will. Let's see. Who can I take out? Who is there? Do I have any intuitive sense that I could take somebody out with one hit at this place, or are we just sort of like not focused on fire?
You are still impaired at the moment, right?
Oh yeah.
In which case, you get the. I would say you would get the sense. The only person who has been attacked has been the robot. None of the others have taken damage yet. So impaired as you are, you would not be able to take any of them out in one hit.
That's fair. All right. Maybe I'll just saunter over to where the ruckus is happening and just take a swing at whoever's closest.
Okay, roll 2d4, please.
All right, I got a 3 and a 4.
Okay, a 3 and a 4. So one of those can go to Fallout. I would recommend you use the 3 for Fallout, and a 4 can go for damage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so one of them takes a hit. Which one are you going for?
Who was
you've got-
closest?
To you, I would say Two-Eyed Jim, the person shooting at you with the pistols.
Sure, that sounds good.
All right, so yes, you do a decent amount of damage to him.
Yeah.
And
I would imagine
yes,
it takes a while for the bazooka person to reload, so that would make sense that I go for the next projectile.
yeah.
Iron. Cool. Makes sense
all right.
in retrospect.
Yes. Two-Eyed Jim is also impaired. As your hit, it may not have done as much damage as you would have liked, but it does send him reeling. And that just leaves us with Glip Johnson.
Sure. Who? Ezekiel's like right in the middle of it. Who does he look most in danger from?
Let's see. Ezekiel right now looks in the most danger from, I would say, maybe bazooka from the big gun.
Sure. Okay. I aim at the big gun with my medium-ish gun, and just try and I'm just trying to fire it, like get back. I'm just like obviously like all the little missiles and things. I'm trying to aim, ideally shoot the gun so the gun explodes. You can't use it. Alternatively, he gets shot, and you know what? I fire a little at night. So I think this is just a 2d8 attack. It's not.
You are not
one-
impaired, right?
I'm not impaired.
Then yes, 2d8.
Right. Whoa.
There goes the heavy hitter.
Okay, so I have an 8 and a 7. Big numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the fallout for the same is the same for an 8 and a 7. So I'll do 8 on them for damage, and I'll take a 7 fallout, which is bad. So, okay, I'm gonna take impair myself. I'm gonna say the gun has a recoil, hits me in the face. Oh! I don't even have a nose. Why did that hurt? And then
You also gain a
you-
consequence from Sketchy, which is the 4 to 6 result.
so my make a risky item or add +1 if you can't, which means my gun is now risky. So I am impaired and my gun is now risky.
Okay. You get in a good hit, but a good hit gets you. All right. It is now their turn.
Is he still up? Big gun.
He is still up. 8 damage. That is the first damage he took, and everyone in this game has 10 damage. So 8 does not quite take him out.
Yeah.
Enemies as well. Okay.
Is the robot still up?
The robot was down. That was the first one
good.
to go down. Yes.
Good.
So
I feel good about my move then.
So this is interesting because you have turned them a little more evil. You see the creatures, the tiny big guns that were crawling out of Big Gun's gun, crawl out of it and begin attacking him. He spends his entire turn trying to fight them off. They go down, taking each other out. The other two, however, see that things are going badly for them, and I'm going to roll a d6 on their behalf. Based on how things go, they might just decide to flee. If I roll a 4+, enemies flee. That is a 5. The other two decide to cut their losses and basically jump out the nearest window.
Oh, okay.
No.
Like to their death?
You are on the ground. This storage room is on the ground floor. So that is not as reckless an option as I made it sound. It's just the fastest way out of there. You are now left alone in the aftermath of battle with the broken remains of the robot and the very torn apart remains of the big gun.
All right,
Okay.
I try to turn off my alarm. You know, sometimes it's really difficult to take the battery out. It's got a backup.
Yeah.
A pain in the ass. I'm trying to do that.
Are the little clones still around, or have they all just consumed each other?
There are 2 of them left.
Okay.
And they are trying to run away. You'd have to be fast to catch them.
Sure. Let's go. I'm going to use my purification. Well, purification power, which lets me cleanse thoughts and conscious. So I assume that means I can either calm them down or knock them out. I have no idea.
Go ahead and make a roll for that.
That
give me a
is
D6 roll.
the D6 roll. We go 1d6, right? I
Yes.
rolled a 1. My power doesn't work. Or do I not
You
get
make a
that
choice. Either you fail your task or you succeed with a complication and add 1 to the trouble
I
task.
can't get their minds. They're too fast and too far away and too small
Wait,
and too close.
Isn't it?
Mhm.
If it's a nuance, it's a failure on 1 regardless, right?
You're right. Rolling on a 1 is a failure, even if you have help or the trouble dice that sit at the table. So this is
Yeah,
just a failure.
It's a mutation.
Straight
It's not a
failure.
nuance. I failed my task.
Oh.
Right.
Yes, no, that's for the nuance. Yes. So yeah. But either way, you're not adding 1 to the trouble track because this would be a very small stakes to add trouble to the trouble track for.
Oh, okay. Ow. Anyway, got a bandage on his nose to cover up. How's everyone doing?
I am doing great.
I'm hurt
Oh.
to a degree of about 4 out of 10. You know, whatever that translates into the local.
I will tell you,
I-
in this game, once the fight is over, you all heal to your full HP.
Oh, I'm feeling great. I'm about a 10 out of 10.
What about
in the
I just
local
kind of
vernacular?
shake my ears.
Yeah. What about repairing weapons, like if they're risky or if like Ezekiel's claws are broken?
You're gonna need some basic materials for that, and basically make a nuance roll for that.
I mean, there's a destroyed robot.
Yeah, I would say from the robot alone and from the broken down, well, it looked like a bazooka. You now realize it was just a storage home for the tiny big gun clones. Yeah, so you have a total of 4 basic supplies.
Okay.
Right. Let's.
You would need
Try
just
and,
1 to try and fix your gun. So go ahead and make your nuance roll with that. Which
Sure.
nuance are you using?
Investigator, you put pieces together. Yes, I'm being. It's funny if I say it like that. I know it's not what investigator's for. It sounds inappropriate. I can do something else. If you
You're putting
prefer.
pieces together.
Yeah. You want me to pick something else?
You can fix my
Yeah.
knives
Go ahead and-
here.
Go ahead and roll your d6 for that repair.
All right, here we go. It's a 2. Let's see. I don't know if it's worth what's called fixing. Yeah, I guess my gun is just going to be risky for a while. Let's try and fix Ezekiel's claws. Do we use up the basic?
Oh, the claws, I'd say, are the claws a part of your mutation, or they are just a weapon that you attach to yourself, Ezekiel?
The claws are something I have in my belt. I just wear them when I am trying to do some damage.
Oh.
Okay, so they're an item. Yes,
Yeah.
you'd basically those would just be basic supplies that you would need to fix.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We need
Yeah.
some fixing.
Yeah, that would take about 2 basic supplies to fix it properly.
Okay. Can you do the work
wait.
or am I doing it?
Actually, let's see. Breaking items is, yeah. Go ahead and use 2 basic supplies, leaving you with 1 basic supply as a group, and make a nuance roll that is appropriate to fixing claws.
Okay, that's D6, right?
D6, yes.
So,
I have bad news. Broken items cannot be repaired.
oh,
That's what I
Okay.
thought. I wanted to double check, but I couldn't find the place that said that. So,
Page
yeah.
12.
So you are basically going to have to. I would say though that given that there are claws and the materials that you have, what you would be doing would instead be making new claws from scratch. They won't be retractable, but you would
Okay.
have essentially have 6 long daggers.
cool.
Yeah.
Works.
Yeah. Also,
Could only some of them be broken? Because, could it just be now a claw, not claws?
Like just
Um,
like a
However, you rolled a 2 on your roll, so
I
either
roll it too.
either you so either you add to the trouble track or you fail in this particular endeavor.
I suppose I fail. I also have with me human Swiss can opener
Okay.
that's useful.
used by humans to open cans.
hmm
Uh,
So outside, you see with your trouble track at a 2, you see that you hear a distant rumble. As pieces of the moon are still falling to the planet. You don't know how much time you have left, but you can't imagine that it's going to be a lot. All of you take a moment to think about the allies that you might have or that you might turn to. What I want each of you to do, each of you are connected to do different types of allies, to different factions. What I need you to do is each of you are going to roll a d6 and assign that number to one of the factions. So, Chirag, we'll start with you. Roll 2d6 and assign 1 to one faction and the other d6 to the other faction.
well, good news. I rolled doubles, so they both got a 5. So I have a
Okay.
5 with the alien tourists and 5 with the laser monkeys.
Okay. Yes, Ezekiel, go ahead, roll 2d6.
Okay. 2d6, you said? Sorry.
Roll 2d6.
Doing so. That's a 5 and a 2.
Okay, so assign one of those to one of your allies and one of your alliances and one of those to the other alliance.
All right. Okay. Do I have to say which to which here?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I am using 5 for the bunker rats and
Okay.
a 2 for the shield maidens.
Okay. Chihuahua. Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
I will get it by the end of the session for sure.
Chihuahua.
It sounds like someone trying to say.
Chihuahua.
Sounds like a child trying to say my name. It's very weird. It's very.
Go ahead and roll me 2d6.
That is a 1 and a 5.
Okay, who gets the 1? Who gets the 5?
I mean, the bunker rats get the 1. They don't deserve a 5.
Okay.
And the roving rangers will get the 5.
Okay. Interesting. And lastly, Greynock.
I rolled a 1 and a 6, and 6 is closer, correct? So, like a better bond, or it is.
So what this essentially means
Yeah.
is, out of all these factions that you are all rolling for, whoever gets the highest number is going to be the two factions that get the highest numbers. They are going to be the most significant for this session.
Okay,
Oh.
Oh,
got it.
okay.
So narratively, they are going to have the most focus in this.
Okay.
Session.
And I was gonna choose the Shield Maidens as my closest clip. Is that what you chose as closer? Would it be from a party communication standpoint? Should we be trying to encourage one faction, or is it better to spread them out? Like,
I think it's better to go with what feels like
More
would fit your
appropriate.
character better.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have fun with any of them.
okay,
Yeah.
I think that makes more sense that the Shield Maidens would be more significant than the bunker people. That felt very derogatory. Hang on a second. What are they called?
Bunker
The
rats.
bunker rats.
It's not
they're-
that-
That's
Yeah,
even
yeah,
more.
that's
That's even more
derogatory.
derogatory. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Rats
Yeah.
are people too.
Okay. I don't think my captions are showing up. I don't know if we want to be dealing with that behind the scenes, but I mentioned in the chat.
Yeah, hold on. Let me figure out what's going on.
Cool. Yeah. So I do the Shield Maidens at a 6 and Bunker Rats at a 1.
Okay, that will give the Shield Maidens a total score of 8, while the Bunker Rats have a score of 7. So, and everyone else is a 5. So I'm gonna say Shield Maidens are going to be the faction that comes to you most significantly in this session, and the Bunker Rats,
Okay.
however, will also have a part to play. So, you, after taking a little time to try and fix your weapons and things like that, one of you hears a knock coming in from outside of your shelter.
A grey knock?
Sorry, no, not a grey knock. A knock on the door.
Can we see them through the now shattered window before we look at the door?
You can peek out and you can see them pretty easily. This is DIG, an AI built by the Shield Maidens for the purpose of scanning incoming meteors to find ore density and to help in creating simulations of various experiments. It's rare to see DIG outside of the lab, so this is definitely surprising. For those of you who are not familiar with the Shield Maidens, they are a group of errant scientists, leftover scientists from the people who have been fired from Moonbug Megacore's R&D department for having ideas too radical. They are currently working on a shield to protect the planet.
Cool.
What does this
Let me
robot
start.
smell like?
What does the robot smell like?
Quote-unquote.
Well, everything smells of radiation a little bit on this planet, so you're used to filtering that out. Mostly steel and an odd. You're getting odd hints of lavender.
Use a perfume.
I have a smell mutation. Do I have get any story?
Yeah, I have a smell mutation also.
Okay,
That's why I
We're
asked.
smell buddies.
I would
This is
say-
great.
Yeah.
I would say for the
That-
smell mutation, because you have a mutation in it specifically, you would know that this is not specifically a perfume. They have been working with. It's not a chemical you recognize. It's got a strong lavender smell. There's also like minor hints of acidity that does not have to do with the radiation. He has been working with a chemical that for some reason smells slightly of lavender. Most of it is coming from a bit like lower down. He is a tall AI bot, so you could tell that's probably on his hands and his fingers.
Should I open the door? Or...
As the two of you are just standing at the door, just sniffing in response to the knock.
Let me detect evil. And I'm going to place my hand on the door and try to detect the evil across it.
So unless your allies are thinking any evil thoughts, you get nothing from this AI creature.
Okay, it's not thinking anything evil at the moment.
Or at least whatever
and may or may not be thinking some evil thoughts.
Do not work for
I know.
mechanical beings so well.
Stop it.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's open it up. Try and make friends, I guess. Ginger like puts the shotgun still like in his like left hand, like awkwardly as he tries to open the door. Slides aside. Hello. Wow, you're a big bot. You're bigger in person. How can we help?
You see a large robot that is mostly torso. The head is sort of in the middle of the chest. There's just a small screen where a smiling face peeks out, and two just arms sort of hang off the side with very small a single wheel that supports him. He stands outside, not being small enough to fit through the door frame, as he looks around the room and sees you, Greynock, and says, Greynock, hello, the shield maidens have sent me.
Okay, who stopped up the toilet this time?
Oh, no, it is not for that, although we will be requiring your talents, or, well, anyone you wish to assist you.
Oh, yes, I need all of my assistance.
Excellent. We we need someone or some group that we have found a meteor that might contain enough Valenite to power a shield that may essentially help the planet from not being destroyed by the moon.
That sounds like a good thing.
However, it is highly irradiated. We believe that it is that, well, my functions would be harmed, and any normal human walking towards it might not survive. But mutants may. We theorize that the radiation may not affect you quite so badly.
Greynock takes no offense to the word normal, even though, you know.
Yeah.
Come on, Shield Maidens, you're better than that.
Yeah, they really aren't. It's been a point of contention for a while.
Yeah. Mutants? Where? Looks over at Chewie. Just like whatever the heck's around with that. It's cool with the claws. Like, Nope, I can't see any mutants.
I turn my head slightly to the side and look at you, like my tongue slightly sticking out.
I have no frame of reference. I'm an alien. I assume that's normal.
Yes, we're so gross, then you need us. Go on. So, how can we help?
We will provide you with a vehicle and a map to the site of the meteor. We will also be providing you extraction materials. Simply head to the meteor, extract whatever is in it, and bring it back to the labs.
All right. What do you say, group?
Sounds simple enough.
In the alternative, I mean, I haven't heard from my Grillfilmed family or anything. I think they may have ditched me. So yeah, this sounds like the best chance I have of surviving. Let's go.
Survival is what a human does.
Yep, that's one of the big problems
I
in the universe.
mean-
Oh, I said too much.
It's fine. The humans can get a bit cocky. It's fine. You'll get used to it.
Yeah, let's go save the world. A world.
This world.
This world.
This world.
All right. So he steps away, and you see behind him that there is a slightly beat up looking vehicle, but it's not bad by the standards of Allure 6.
When you say
And-
vehicle, you mean Mad Max, Jetsons, or are we thinking where are we in like the post-apocalyptic vehicle
Yeah.
kind of thing?
So what you see is the bare basics of a car. It is essentially just a metal box with a steering wheel attached, and there are plastic seats inside. The seats inside are not even necessarily attached to the car. They have just been placed inside this metal
Okay.
box.
Like the seats
How
from
similar would this
Con-
be to a rover?
Not very similar. It would be more similar to what a 12-year-old might do if they had to make an arts and crafts version of a car. That's what it looks like. There are wheels, there's
Okay.
a steering wheel, and there's just like it is a very rectangular box that is attached to this. And
How difficult would it be for me to access my own rover that I have keys for?
you know what? I'm gonna say that it's in your items. Yes, that you've gotten the keys for.
Yeah,
that.
that I got keys to a personal rover. Yeah.
You could just do that. But as Dig is about to say, this vehicle was especially designed to help you withstand the extra radiation from the meteor until you are ready to try and extract materials from it.
How?
Okay.
And he knocks on the metallic box
Box.
essentially and goes, "This."
Okay. Look around to see if there's anything inside there. You know, like Go Gadget arms, maybe a lead container to store the radioactive items. Anything
That stuff
inside?
is there. That stuff is there. There is sort of like a trunk in the corner, and that trunk is actually bound to the back of this box. It's open, and you can see inside there are things. There are containers, and there are large what look to be like rifles, but the more science, you especially Greynock would be able to recognize it as a materials extractor. You poke it into something large. You put in the type of material that you want. It extracts as much of it as is possible, and you can transfer it to a lead container.
Yeah, it's a typical extractor thingy. You know, I don't know the technical terms for these things, but I just know that, you know, something's clogged. This was something that'll unclog it.
It's a human car, I will say, approaching the vehicle and patting it to try to get to the door.
No, it's not. This is a piece of junk, and I'll point to my rover and be like, "That is a human car."
Will you be coming with us? I point at the robot with the face.
I will not. I will. I was. My orders were to tell you of this mission, and leave it at that. Or to
Alright.
leave this with you if you agree to go on this mission.
All right. I look over and say, like, "Come on, buddy. You know me, and I'm using my nuanced, familiar face. People have seen you before, whether or not you've ever met. You'll help us out, right?"
Yeah. Go ahead. Roll that d6.
Yeah, let's go. 1d6. We roll
Weirdo powers.
4.
A 4. That is a success. As he goes, well, I suppose, given the stakes, it is important that this mission be done. And I can't find any memory of you in my data banks, but something about you just feels familiar. Yes, let us go.
Thank you.
Clip did a perfect impersonation of Alec Guinness rolling a D6 in Star Wars. D6.
Yes. Yes.
These
this
aren't
is
the ones you're looking for.
Yes. This is the alien you were looking for.
1d6.
All right. So does anyone know how to drive? What was the technical term? Hunk of junk.
Human car.
Yes.
Yeah, because I only know how to drive.
Hey, beggars
automatic.
can't be choosers. Okay. One of the first reasons I realized something was going on was, you couldn't afford parts, or I couldn't find all the parts I needed, and so I don't know. This is probably as good as it gets.
I am
However-
silently going to point my arms to my rover. Like,
Yes,
The rover
you aren't quite beggars. You do have another vehicle option.
the
It's
rover,
not. Yeah, go ahead.
The rover's like like a sports car? What do we got? What is a Jetson flying thing? A truck? What's your rover look like?
You know what? I'll let you describe this, Chihuahua.
The Mars rover? What are we dealing with?
I
Destroyer.
was thinking, not a Star Destroyer. I was thinking, a bit more closer to a pod racer, like
Odd racer. Ooh.
like just a slightly hovery, but like as in like a pod racer, but not built for like racing. Like,
As dangerous
so
as a
like
pod
I'm
racer.
imagining like two bikes pushed together with a big like car like mid compartment. Like it can fit 4 people, but like it's like efficient but not too clunky, but not too fast, but not too slow.
I
The
I think
ideal
we'll have to-
vehicle.
A
think
midlife
we'll have-
crisis mobile. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think we'll have to take both of them,
Both.
mainly because the truck has things to like grab the radioactive stuff, and yours doesn't look like it has room to carry the giant robot or the materials we need afterwards, or the
Materials.
number of guns inside.
Redundancy is not a bad idea. One is none and two is one, as the saying goes.
That
No,
could be
none of you are
considered.
plumbers. Oh my god.
I have heard that being said before, mostly from you, Grey
Is it-
Hawk, but I have.
Is this a human saying or a plumber saying?
Yes.
Yes.
If it is a human saying, I have heard it.
All right. Okay. How do we want to split up? Chihuahua is going to drive their rover. And who's going to go with Chihuahua? I think 2 on the rover, 2 plus the robot on the metal box.
Makes
I
sense.
will. If it makes it easier, I can simply hang on to the back of the rover and let my wheel, carry me forward.
I'm not sure if it's better, but it would be funnier. So by all means. So I'll go on the back with Chihuahua. So I'm literally riding shotgun.
All right.
And the others are
Okay.
driving the rover.
Ezekiel, you and me in the old beater. What do you want to call
In
it?
the human beetle,
Yes,
like
in
the movie.
yes, exactly. In the very human.
Yes, the
looking
human movie.
vehicle. Correct. That's right.
You go there and open the
Are
door.
you
if you can
human?
find one. I am human.
They're the most human person I've ever met on this planet. Given I haven't met many people on this planet, but still.
I find it is an unimportant distinction to make. We are all about to be hit by a meteor. That is the moon.
So how do I turn off the buzzkill settings in this robot?
Oh, it takes many tries. Many have attempted and failed, lost in lines of code. That is my buzzkilliness.
Yeah, this
You have
one's
a-
not going with me.
All right, you hold on to the back of the truck, the iron box, and we're gonna go on the rover. Let's go.
Oh, for
Go.
reasons that shall become clear very soon, I cannot hang on to the back of this box.
we can drive
it
inside
has-
it.
Activating compress mode, and he starts jerking and becomes just a slightly smaller version of himself. He is now just a face and like a 2-foot cube standing on the edge of what is now an oversized leg that ends in a wheel.
A Tamagotchi on a tricycle. Good. That's what we've always wanted.
What did the robot say his name was? Her name was?
DIG. Dig.
DIG. Okay. DIG, what's that lavender smell? What was that all about?
Oh, we have been working with a power source for the shield. It smells terrible. We have been attempting to soften its effect with lavender.
Well, thank you for that. How bad does it smell? Like number one or number two?
I can. Well, obviously, I have no idea. I have not been equipped with smell sensors, but it has caused sickness in several of our fellow scientists. I believe some call that a number 3.
Oh no.
Okay.
All right,
I would
let
know
us go.
because I can smell it.
All right, so Ezekiel and Greynock, you guys enter this very minimal vehicle, and on the steering wheel, written in at least 3 languages, including the one you recognize, the more common one,
Okay.
is just written the simple words, to move, press here.
I'm looking for the button here.
It's just written on the big red button.
Okay. Pressing the button that says here.
As soon as you press it, there is sort of like a force explosion from the back of this vehicle, and it rises on sort of like its rear wheels and moves forward 20 feet, and then stops. Another 20 feet, another 20 feet. As you keep pushing it, it's just sort of like Chihuahua
The most
and
inefficient vehicle.
yes, and Glip Johnson, you are being left behind for the moment.
I mean,
Yeah.
I get in the rover and put on my helmet. Well, it's more like goggles, but
I get in behind you, or like next to you if there's a sidecar, and like, have you got a helmet my size?
I will fish around the back of the rover and see if I can find anything that would fit Blip's
Simple
head.
helmet.
Let's assume you do. Safety is important in an apocalypse.
Why does it have bunny ears?
I mean, I did make. I don't have helmets for aliens or for humans, for that matter.
Fine, fair enough. Ears stop moving.
Wait, the vehicle's not for cruising, so you pick people up randomly, so you have helmets of all sizes, so they can go home with you. Then what's the point of the vehicle?
You're not here.
Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
You're in the box.
No judgment, no judgment. No, the plumber's impressed.
Yeah.
You know.
Clearly, Chihuahua is not picking up humans in this.
Humans aren't very impressive.
They are. They can drive boxes.
DIG, I assume you know where we're going?
Yes.
What-
You are currently headed in the right. Take a left there. Yes,
Fine.
you are now currently headed in the right direction.
Ezekiel, why don't we let the robot drive?
Uh,
I am driving.
Excellent. And because DIG is on a wheel, every time it slows down, he moves a little forward. Every time you press the button again, he is launched straight to the back. Greynock, you are having trouble holding on. It's a little easier for you, Ezekiel, because you can at least hold on to the wheel. But the rest of you, it is the bumpiest ride you have ever been on.
And maybe the
I
last.
hope I have some wall behind me to at least be caught by it.
You just have to hold on to the steering wheel for dear life each time you
Okay.
press the button.
Very safe.
All right, and I assume the rover just catches up with them eventually, because
Yeah, it's smooth, it's fast, it's
Yeah.
fine.
overall, because the machine keeps stopping and slowing, it's easy for you to catch up with them. At a certain point, Dig says, "We are halfway there. You've been traveling for maybe about half an hour. The two of you, Ezekiel and Greynock, have a definite headache and aches in most of the rest of your body, really, at this point. Which is when you see another piece of debris falling from the sky. This one, however, is smaller than what you've seen. It is about the size of the vehicle you're in fact, and you realize that's an alien spaceship. It crashes to the ground far enough away that you don't really hear too much sound from it. Just a small, but you can see it out from the distance. You'd have to go a little bit out of your way to go see it, or you can continue on to the meteor that you were tasked to visit.
Spaceship have failed. We can take spaceship or go towards meteor on the mission. Knock.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Do I trust these shield maidens that they've got the best interest of everybody, or are they like Elon Musk? They seem to just.
Well,
sorry if that gets us on any list.
Yeah. Since we're already on the list, I can
my
say
forehead.
these would be the
We
kind
are
of
actually
people.
driving one of his cars. This is the Cybertruck we're driving here.
That explains the
shield
stops and
maidens
starts. Huh?
Are the kind of people that Elon Musk would fire for having too radical ideas. They care more about science than they do about profitable results. On that, you can trust them. They do, if they say they're building a shield, that is where all their focus is. However, their focus is also a little erratic. It might be a sentient shield that wants to begin eating the planet. It might be a shield that expands in all directions and cuts the planet off from the rest of the universe. It might be anything could happen. But a shield is definitely going to be created if they manage to do it. And there are probably going to be some explosions on the way. You can trust their intentions, if not their the safety of their
results.
Yeah.
Well, Ezekiel, you know that human saying.
Yes.
Yes. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't. Exactly. Good one, Ezekiel.
Uh-huh. Yes, human. Keeps pressing the button, trying to compute something in there.
All right.
Yeah,
so
I say we stick with the mission.
All right. Chihuahua and Glip, do you move past the alien spaceship as well?
Come on. It's right there. You probably fix it up.
I mean, do you know them? Is it wrong to ask if you know them?
Actually, that's a good point. I might know them. Because I look over the aliens. Is it my species? Is it a different alien? Do I recognize the brand?
You would have to go a lot closer to be able to see it. From right now, all you can see are the flames from the burning wreckage.
We could go closer.
We could go closer. I'm just saying, just a little quick see. I mean, we'll catch up to the ice box, the metal box, late very quickly. Just a little detour.
Yeah. Let's go a bit closer.
All right. So you move on a little closer, because your pod racer vehicle is essentially a little more anti-gravity. You don't need roads quite as much as the other vehicle does. It definitely needs a flat surface, otherwise it gets even dumpier. You get close enough to see that this is a very small space vehicle. It's really built for one medium-sized creature. And that medium-sized creature, you can see as you get even a bit closer, is heavily injured. He's wearing a sort of dark black bodysuit. He's got sort of pinkish skin and a bald head, and he is bleeding heavily sitting in the cockpit of this small vessel.
All right. Okay. All right. Let me get out and try and. We should probably try and get him out of there. You got anything that can put out a fire?
It is not safe.
No,
That
but
this
I
is
can
very much.
start a fire.
That's good to know. All right. I'll have to get him out. I probably know him. You know all those things where you're like, this person, I know you, but I don't know your
can try
name.
getting him out.
Right.
I actually don't know that. I don't interact with a lot of people.
Fair enough.
Now,
okay.
animals. I do know animals who I know and I don't remember them.
You get it. Okay. So yeah. Do you want to drive in like very close, or do you want me to go and do it? Because I can adapt to the heat.
I can also adapt with the heat.
All right. Then should we get out of the
He's
robot?
just out here sharing
Alright,
traits with everyone.
You're the two perfect people to come closer to the ship.
Yeah, I would have to go completely closer.
Yeah, let's
All
get
right.
out of the robot so it doesn't burn. But yeah.
So what's your plan going in to rescue this person before his crash ship burns him alive?
Go on.
No, I was just thinking because I have a nuance called exit strategist,
Yeah.
and I'm trying.
Yeah.
There's the restart.
Yeah, I have a mutation called Adaption. Your body can rapidly assimilate to harsh environments and poisons. So my idea, go in, basically become fireproof, and then try and like get to him and get him out of there. If you can like exit route no safest way in and out of the ship, for example, you can tell me.
So let's say this counts as a help action. You have a relevant nuance with the exit strategy. So you can roll with your adaptation mutation and gain a +1 to your roll. Glip.
Alright, let's roll. 1d6 + 1. We roll.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 7.
A 7. So yeah, that is as successful as you can get. As you head in, you've got a great plan in mind, and it helps that you can adapt to the flames really quickly. It also helps that the ship is really small. You go in there, you basically unbuckle this guy from his protective restraining gear, and you pull him out of the flames and make a fair safe distance away from the ship in case it might explode.
Yeah.
It does not, but the point is he is safe and still bleeding out very heavily though. As soon as you are a little ways away from the flame, his eyes flutter open, and he holds his hand up to you, Glip, and he says, "Have we met before?"
Hey, it's okay. Probably. Just relax. I look over like his wounds. And I pull out.
As you're speaking, he pulls an orange ring off his finger and hands it to you, and he says, "This most powerful weapon in the universe.
Wow.
Make sure it chooses the worthy."
I mean, I'm kind of seeing someone, but this is quite a. Oh, this is the thing. Okay.
And with that, he blacks out.
Okay. I try and pull out my first aid kit to try and stabilize, if not wake him up.
All right. Do you have a relevant nuance for medicine?
I have the extension laser. Guard. We attack with protecting the tourists while they are planet side.
I'd say guarding him against that. Yeah, we're allowed to be vague here. Yeah, go ahead and roll your d6.
I'm literally designed to protect the aliens, so here we go.
Uh-huh.
Does having a first aid kit give me a bonus? Or does it just give me narrative permission?
It just gives you narrative permission.
We roll 4.
I was about to say, actually, no, this counts as a supply that helps, so you'd get a +1. But either way, that's a success. He is stabilized, still unconscious, but stabilized and is not dying.
Okay. I look over this, she's like, yeah. Wouldn't have been able to get more than just one of us off anyway at the poor ship. Alright, let's... So is there...
I will tell you guys that the ring that you have in your hand now is an artifact. It is an item that you can use basic supplies on, or rare supplies and more. You basically have to make a lot of different actions to try and reconstruct this artifact and fix it to where it's supposed to be. Every time you want to try and work on the artifact, let me know and I'll tell you what it is you need to do. For this artifact, you will need to succeed at 10 different types of ID action.
10?
Hold on, let me just double check my number.
Whoa.
Sorry. Yeah, no, it is 10. This is you were told it is the most powerful weapon in the universe.
That's fair. So we have only one basic supply, right?
At the moment, yes.
Yeah.
However, some of these rolls will be nuance rolls, some of them will be supply rolls, and one of them will be a choice, in which case you automatically succeed. We have lost Aziz.
Oh, come back.
You're already killing us off? Come on.
I know, I was going to wait for trouble to hit at least 7.
I'm glad it was you and not the Elon Musk snipers that we've found him pissed off.
I thought the Cybertruck itself was going to kill us.
I mean, that was the plan, but right from the first rule I stated, things are not going according to plan.
Nope.
We're planning on taking a break at some point soon anyway. Would now be a good time while we figure out our technical issues?
Not
Actually, now might actually be a good time for a 10-minute break as we retrieve Aziz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Into the void we go.
Yes, all of you back here in 10 minutes, and thank you all for joining us.
That's a plumber saying too, by the way.
Yeah, all right. Everyone wave.
Into the void.
We're back.
Welcome back. Some of our party have found a powerful artifact, and may or may not begin working on it, but they should keep in mind that 3 failures on this device leads to catastrophic consequences. But that is the risk you take for catastrophic wins. Our other 2 members of the party, Ezekiel and Greynock, have in the meantime made their way closer to the site of the meteor. You can see it smoking crater far ahead of you.
All right.
At about maybe 50 feet away from the edge of the crater, DIG speaks up and he says, "Here is probably a good place to start. The radioactive energies from it will start to damage me if we go any further, and I am not in this box."
Okay, good to know. Ezekiel, would you mind if sorry, give me the robot's name again. DIG?
DIG.
DIG, yes. Dig.
If DIG or I take it from here, the steering, I think it needs a slightly more gentle hand at this point.
You think I cannot manage a human vehicle?
I think that some humans are more gentle than others when it comes to piloting a vehicle that they've never piloted before, which is a very human thing to err about.
Oh, if that is the case, that you are right. You can go ahead. Like a human would do. And I will sit on the back.
Yes, thank you, Ezekiel, fellow human. Does DIG want to steer, or does you want me to?
Well, DIG at this point doesn't want to go any further. You're about 50 feet from the crater. You're basically at the edge of what he considers safe space, at least for him. He knows that he basically he turns to you and he says, any further than this, and my internal network will start malfunctioning.
Even if you're inside the box.
Well, no, but you do have to open the door to get out.
All right. Do I have any sense that my carapace will protect me?
You're not sure, but it should. I mean, it'll give you more protection than if you didn't have a carapace.
Is there anything we can do to protect ourselves with the equipment here, or to minimize the damage, or anything like that?
So you've got your basic radiation shields. That's just a basic thing that everyone here has. But from the way they're talking, the DIG has talked about this. This might be something different. The shield maidens, according to him, have theorized that it's not as harmful to mutants, so maybe you'll be okay there. But if you want to do something extra protective, take a look through your mutations and nuances to see if it gives you any kind of edge.
I'll do that. And we probably realize that the others didn't stick with us. So if there's a way to call over to them, I think I want to do that and say, hey, you forget where we were going? Going on picking up some chicks? What's going on?
Sorry, we didn't find any chickens or roosters on the path. We did find.
Why would I pick up a rooster unless the rooster wanted to be picked up?
Obviously, it'd be consensual. Anyway, I look over and I point at the ring. I'm like, should we tell? Yeah. We found someone who was in a spaceship. We managed to rescue them before the spaceship exploded, and we think we found something that might be able to help us get whatever we got to get out of the radiation. As soon as we get it to work, I'll show you it. But we think it might be. Is artifact like a known term in universe, or is it an out of game term?
It is. It's basically just a game term, but artifact always has the weight of the word itself. With it, you can just say.
Yeah. They said it's the most powerful weapon in the universe, so might be useful. Or not. Everything good on your end?
Is something going on? Grainok?
The most powerful weapon in the universe.
Humans love weapons that are very dangerous. They love killing people with it. I do love killing people with it.
Oh,
I'm human.
Okay, this conversation took a turn.
Towards the tail end of this conversation,
Not
your rover,
you.
yeah,
I wasn't sure before, but now I'm convinced Ezekiel is human.
I know, right? I mean, I had my doubts, but
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So by this point, you guys have sort of caught up with the vehicle, the other vehicle, standing 50 feet away from the edge of the crater.
All right. DIG thinks that if we go any further, it's the radiation is going to get much more significant. DIG will be damaged. Feels that they'll be damaged if they go further. We don't know about us, but we think that our mutations are going to protect us. So I think we should have a plan before we step forward. But beyond that, I don't know what the plan is. I'm hearing a lot of wind from somebody. Any idea?
Hold on.
From somebody's microphone.
Let me
put.
Gone now.
Then it's for me. When I put myself on mute, it might be the traffic from outside.
Great. Okay. So that'd be the thing. Like, so when we decide to move forward, I think we should do so deliberately and yeah.
Okay. Should we try and work on this? Sorry. Go on, Chihuahua.
Isn't the box supposed to prevent us from radiation? Why are we abandoning the box?
The box doesn't have like little arms that's supposed to stretch out and grab the items, or was that something I made up?
So Dig rolls out, and he says, "You may use the box. I will stay back there. You may use the box to go closer if you wish, but if you drive into the crater, you might not be able to drive it back out."
That's fair. Okay. Dig, you stay over here. Watch the rover. I didn't say Chihuahua. Keep your key on you. I'm not saying I don't trust the robot, but I don't trust the robot.
That's fair. Why don't you trust the robot?
Shh. I'm just saying the reason they know me so well is because they took a picture of me and they started using it in all kind of generated art. That's why they all know me, and I'm not getting paid for any of it.
Oh, that's really bad.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Yeah. I'm not getting anything from the NFGs, non-fungible glyphs. Nothing.
I want to be clear that the nuance that I took was machine sense and not machine learning.
Okay.
I'm not fungible either.
Yeah. Okay. Do we want to move closer while I try and work on this ring in the back of the box?
So we are all within the bots now?
Yeah. Unless
Okay.
anyone doesn't want to be.
No, it's okay. Rhinoc, are you driving the vehicle?
Okay.
I can drive the vehicle. I know how to drive vehicles.
That
So
makes sense. That makes sense. That
I will
you're
tell you this:
hot
every time you,
rodding,
yeah,
what a drift, all that.
each time
Mhm.
you press the button, it moves 20 feet forward and then stops. You have 50 feet to the edge. You can just press it twice.
What could
We
go
press
wrong?
once more.
Mm,
It's not whether you press it; it's how you press it. Okay. Somebody who
Yeah.
appreciates vehicles, I think that would probably find the nuance.
You got, having a nice, a good car is like, you should treat a car like you should treat your partner. You just got to know the right way to press their buttons.
They live their life 1 parsec at a time.
There we go. So,
Family.
family. In what role do I need to start working on this ring? Anyone else feel
I
about
would
it?
say as you, the very first roll that you need to make, I'm going to give you like an immediate success. You don't have to make a roll. You just have to make a choice. As you examine the ring, you feel it begin to connect with your mind.
oh.
And you sense that it is searching to see if you're worthy. You get that sense from it as it fills your mind. It's trying to understand if you're worthy. But then you realize because it's broken, because it's been cracked the way it is, it does not understand what worthy means. Is it wants to know what it means to be worthy? Is it asking for the best fighter, the greatest warrior, the noblest of heart, or maybe just those who are too stupid to know when to give up? You in this moment are going to define what it means to be worthy.
Shit, why did they give it to me? Fuck. I guess. What's my thing? Someone, I guess he like goes in and he tries to like pull up someone from like a memory he has when everyone was arguing, in a family gathering, his girlfriends, everyone, and then he was the image of someone who's like, all right, just like having everyone just like, hey guys, why don't we stop? And then everyone started yelling at him, but that meant they stopped yelling at each other, and he was just like, and eventually that calmed everyone down, and so he just like puts, someone who will take the hits so that the rest, so that others don't, with the goal of making things better. Someone willing to like take that, and so he like puts that in. Like, I feel I've taught the ring a bad lesson.
You see the ring glow and you feel like a certain resolution in your mind. Whether it's a good or bad lesson, this ring has definitely learned it and internalized it. That is one successful ID action.
Yeah.
Oh,
1 out of 10. Let's go.
that's how it works. Nice.
The other actions require rolls. This is the only action that does not require a roll.
Okay.
Oh. I mean, I feel like we could knock out one nuanced roll as well.
Yeah.
So I will say I'll give you a couple of rules of just a couple of things for nuance rolls. You can add a +1 to your roll every time you have the right gear. If you have specialized help, and you have a specialized location. Each one of those 3 things adds a +1 to your roll, and you can stack them, so you can add a +3 to your roll. You need to roll 4 or higher to succeed. A 3 or below is a failure with the consequences.
So you said if we have specialized location, specialized gear, and what was the last one?
Specialized help.
Specialized help. Interesting.
I mean, we have a robot.
That's true. Hey, Dig, do you have any insight on this ring?
So Dick has been sort of examining your rover for a little bit. As soon as you call out his name, he straightens up, and he is back in his like larger form, and he rolls right up to you, and he goes, he scans it, and goes, "This ring is unfamiliar to me, but there may be someone back at the Shield Maidens who may be able to help you."
Okay, keep that in mind. Does the
If
ring
they
have...
survive.
If we survive. If we will survive, it's fine. Are there any like runes or any writings or anything on the ring?
No, but if you peer really, really closely, you can see that through the damage, what's meant to be a simple, almost ceramic-looking ring, that's dyed orange, like no, or that's more like a gem-like orange. Um, Inside, through the cracks, you can see very extremely intricate and extremely tiny circuitry.
Enough.
Interesting.
Greynock, you got any? There's some circuitry in here. You're costing. Have someone who understands machines.
Well, I have molecular intuition.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means either.
What do you want it to mean? What are you aiming for here?
You know what? Let's see if Greynock has something first while I try to figure out what this could mean.
Molecular intuition sounds so much more impressive than machine sense, but sure, I will try and nuance the shit out of this, the stuff out of this. I don't think we've talked about the curse words on this potty language, as Greynock would say.
I think this is on the channel. As one of our co-founders is here, Chirag, you would have to give the okay.
Oh yeah, our streams. Anyway, you can swear. That's fine. Just as long as you're not using way too offensive kind of language. But most of it's fine.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out anyway. But yes, okay, cool. Body language.
Body language. Go ahead.
All right. So, if both of you have relevant nuances, one of you is going to make the roll, and the other one is basically going to apply a +1 to the roll.
Okay. So, molecular intuition and machine sense.
Smell buddies. We're gonna attack at the same time. I like it.
Smell buddies.
Smell buddies.
Are you simply trying to understand how it works, or are you also trying to put it back together? Because I will tell you this: just trying to understand how it works will have fewer consequences, but if you succeed, it won't be one of your 10 ID actions.
Oh,
I say let's try and apply applied molecular understanding sense machine stuff.
yeah, I think so. Like if we've got machine sense and molecular intuition, maybe
all right, yeah,
maybe
sure.
the atoms are showing me how they can activate.
World's ending. We don't have time to study this and do A/B testing and all that.
Yeah.
Make the roll. Take the trouble. Let's go.
We're like
Take
MacGyver.
the roll.
Okay, so with your unique abilities, go ahead and roll a d6 and add a +1 to that.
Would you like to do the honors?
Sure. D6 and +1?
Yes.
Oh, I already have a D6 loaded. That 3 + 1 is 4.
4. We take those.
That is 4. That is a success. Yes.
Nice.
That's a full success.
I don't know. I thought 4 was a failure.
So essentially, what you do is that you can. There are a couple of things you can tell about this ring. It's got very, very complicated programming. This is technology that is light years ahead of anything any of you have ever encountered before, and that there is a couple of things that you understand immediately. 2 things. There's a broken AI in this ring. It helps interface with the user and understand what they need to do, and also that this ring collects psychic energy, and that there is a significant amount of psychic energy stored in this tiny little ring at the moment. It might not seem it, but the amount of just potential energy in this ring could destroy a city.
Okay, fine.
Good stuff.
Okay, we're not giving it to the human who likes to kill stuff. We're not giving it to the alien who was exploited by AI.
What? But we have a connection. Me and the ring.
It might be yours.
Okay, fine. I'm happy to let you keep it, Glyph, but you cannot get exploited by the AI of the ringer.
I will try not to get exploited by the machine AI in the ring.
Right.
I can use it.
Yeah. Gonna try and just use a psychic connection. Suggestion. My suggestion lets me plant an idea into another's mind, and I get another one of the ideas like a trade. So I'm basically just trying to be like, this person, these people are qualified users for the weapon, and then also try and just like get an understanding from the ring.
Alright.
You know, like something from the core that I can kind of understand. You know, and if they send,
Greylock,
yeah.
you have a machine sense for this. Do you wanna add a +1 to this roll to aid aid Trag's character? Why can't I names aid
Flip.
Glip. Thank you.
Sure.
All right, we go. Roll d6 + 1. 3 + 1 is 4.
That is another success. You're up to 3 successes. You're almost a third of the way there.
Honorary
Ooh.
smell buddy for a roll. Nice.
Mhm,
Wow, someone without a nose. This is quite an honor.
mhm.
What do we get from the ring?
So you get that it is now that you've helped it understand or give itself a definition of what worthy is. It's doing a mind scan of people around it, and is basically sort of when energy leaves the brain, it's basically using excess brainwave energy, not really harming anyone, but using residual psychic energy that matches the wavelength of people who are willing to take the hits for someone else. Basically, the psychic wavelength of martyrs and protectors
Okay.
is what it is absorbing into itself.
I share that with the group.
Cool. Is anyone feeling tempted by Precious? I mean, the ring?
No one.
I
There's no.
I want the weapon of massive destruction.
I am immediately taking the ring away and giving it to Greylock. Like,
I was there when the will of humans fell. Of humans like Ezekiel.
It's true. No one suffers more than others than quantum promise.
actually, wait, yeah, no, Greylock is also human. I'm keeping this ring.
I think that might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
humans. Can't
Only
trust them.
humans know how to protect a weapon this dangerous.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Are you saying that half dog, half moose, half orangutan, half clownfish does not know how to protect a weapon?
I'm on your.
Yes.
The wind's a bit louder, man.
Sorry.
So we trust the orangutan, clearly. Half orangutan, half every other creature from the animal kingdom.
No, it's orangutan, moose, dog, clownfish, human. Wait.
Oh, okay, so there is human there.
And
Makes me
I
feel better
have,
that you
I
got
have,
it out of
I
the
have like one human finger, and
Okay,
I
well,
show
don't-
my right orangutan arm, which has one human finger.
Is that what you're going to put the ring on? Because that's a bad sign. That's how they're
No.
going to get you. All right.
The
Fine.
ring goes on an orangutan finger.
Do we want to try and get the radioactive thing while the rest of you work on the ring?
Yeah, sure.
Probably
Okay.
not a bad idea.
So me and Ezekiel, and you two, because you two seem to have the most success on the machine part of this thing.
All right.
I mean, we're all in the box anyway, so we're all basically within 5 feet of each other, so it doesn't
Sure.
really matter.
We can
Okay.
swivel the chair around, yeah.
Exactly. Let's drive. Press this button. And then
You have
I
to
try and get
press
to
it
like
with force.
Yeah.
I try and press it. Sorry, go.
Oh, you try to press it gently.
Well, I'm trying to press it so we get to 10 feet away, and then try and extend the hands down
So-
to try and get at the item.
You press it as gently as you can, and you press it a little further. You realize nothing happens, and you realize this button's basically a binary. You eventually get to the point where all 4 of you are thrown back as the machine is launched 20 feet ahead, and then rolls to a stop.
Okay. Can I see, like, looking forward? Can I like see what the item we're looking for is?
You are about 30 feet away from the edge of the crater. What you
Okay.
see mostly is smoke.
All right, one more.
Alright, you are now about 5-10 feet from the crater, yeah, you can now see over the edge into it, and you see a large, silvery pink, pink and purplish, sort of like a dark. They're like where the light hits it, it's a light pink. Where it doesn't, it's sort of like a dark purple mixed with silver, is this meteor just standing at the center of this crater. Surrounding it are three 12-foot tall, vaguely humanoid shapes that move like quicksilver. They have they have the sloping head poking out of their torso, long arms that almost reach the ground. Sorry about that. And just two legs that they use to just sort of pace around. They are easily 12 feet tall from what you can see. And they appear to be made of the exact same metallic coloring of the meteor.
Well, a great sign. We're gonna try. Guys, we've got humans and Chihuahua. We have a small problem. We have, and I described the 12-foot monstrosities that we're gonna have to deal with, the T-1000s.
Are those people?
No, unless my understanding of what humans are
I can
very
detect
different.
what these entities are, and I'm going to step away from the vehicle and use an ability of mine called.
So as soon as you step out of the vehicle, you feel the air sting you. But
Okay.
something in you shudders and you're fine. But whatever items you have may start corroding.
Good to know. Still, from my perspective, I am going to be using periphery, which is a nuance. No, I mean bird's eye view. Get a visual gulp of the area.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Go ahead
Get
and
more
roll. So you're
details.
just trying to get a basic general sense of the area.
Yeah, I want to know as many details as I can.
Okay. Go ahead and roll with a d6 for your nuance.
All right. That's a 3.
That is a 3. So either you succeed with a complication and increase trouble track by 1, or you fail.
I'm going to increase the trouble. And you
Okay.
will all see Ezekiel doing like this. And from the side of the hand, you can see the eye coming out like this. And then going back slowly.
So yeah, Ezekiel, you were the first to see and the first to hear, since you were standing outside of the vehicle, a rumbling come not from the ground beneath you, but from high up ahead, and you look over and you can see the moon. A crack has started to appear in it.
In the moon.
Mhm.
Okay.
But that is possibly a problem for later. You look around, and to get a better eye view, better than what you see, you see three. You can see that there are only 3 of these creatures. You look, the smoke is short. Given how tall they are, unless there are smaller creatures with them, none of them are going to be surrounding the meteor. Even looking through the smoke, your enhanced senses sort of give you that. And
Do I know
what's
if these
that?
are aliens, robots, humans?
You don't. They're definitely not humans.
Okay,
They might
I know
still be people. They, considering they came to Earth they came to this planet on a meteor. The technical definition would be alien. Yes, they don't appear to have any circuitry, at least as far as you can see. They're beings who are not from this planet. By strictest definition, they're aliens. And you can also see, I'd say, to just the, because you've got extrasensory abilities as part of your mutation. You can see that there's a hole in the ground near one of the it's near the crater.
Okay.
Who are your cryptic alliances again? Remind me.
They are the bunker rats and the shield maidens.
Yeah, you recognize the broken haft of a shovel that is typically used by bunker rats
Okay.
near the edge of the hole. Also, the creatures see you. 2 of them start walking slowly towards you, towards the edge of the crater. They start moving forward, and they punch their hands into the side of the crater's walls and begin climbing up.
Okay. I'm going back into Cybertruck.
I'd like to actually go out after Ezekiel comes back in.
Okay. Soon as you step out, you'll
And
feel that sting in the air.
I want to.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I was thinking I want to go up to the aliens and I want to use my adaptation to challenging social situations and to just be like, hello friends, we are friends, what are we doing?
Hold on.
Can I join?
I pop out and I say, here, I pass you my universal translator.
Ooh.
Universal translator, that's cool.
So you put the universal translator in, and you start to hear you're all people who've known each other at least long enough that you might have used the universal translator before. Usually, there's not this much static and interference when you're using the universal translator. It's still gonna work, but the longer you're outside, it might degrade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So you walk up to them. What do you say? They are by this
Hello,
point. They
friends.
have come to the edge.
Can
of the
I
cliff.
join? Hello, friends. What are we up to? Can I join?
You hear them speaking to each other, and it takes the universal translator a moment to adjust because they're not so much using words as they're the sound of metal sliding against metal. There are various tones of that at various pitches. But eventually, the universal translator catches on and starts to translate as you overhear the conversation they're having between them. One of them goes, "What are we doing?" And the other one says, "Regarding our house." And the other one says, "Yeah, but how does someone join doing that? I mean, if we're guarding the house, shouldn't we be guarding it against people who aren't us?" And he goes, No. If someone helps us guard, that means they help against other people. Right. But this person is other people. I was like, right, you have a point. And they both turn towards you and in unison go, "Who are you?"
I am Chihuahua.
They try 6 times and are unable to pronounce your name, but they do their best.
I try to translate it into their language as best I can.
Yes. What does your name mean?
Chihuahua?
I don't know.
All right. So yes,
It is an ancient name made out of many animal tongues.
All right. So what they essentially translated into are "they who are many" in their tongue, which is
That's
what they're
fair.
calling you.
So much nicer what I was going to say.
Yeah, I could sense that was coming. I headed you off there.
Yeah,
As they turn, why are you here, they who are many?
So just passing by, I thought I saw you guys here. I thought I'd make some new friends and figure out why our moon is crashing into our planet and maybe either stop that or get away from the planet. Just chill stuff that friends do.
What was that you said?
With that, we're doing chill stuff that friends do.
No, before that, about the moon crashing into
Oh, the
planet.
moon is crashing into this planet, and we want to either stop it or escape. And something radiation, something meteorite. I honestly did not catch all the details.
They
But
immediately turn back towards each other and they have a friendly conversation. And at this point, your universal translator is starting to fail a little bit, but you hear snippets of conversation. You hear one of them think, "I told you that there's something wrong with this planet," and the other says, "How was I supposed to?" And the other one saying, "Never should have." And it says, "You always do this," and just a lot of back and forth. Do you interrupt them at any point because you're aware that the time is ticking on whether or not the universal translator is going to continue to function?
yeah, I would like to interrupt within 2 seconds. Can I do a roll for my adaptation, fit into the social situation?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Like I want to really just make them feel like we're on the same page. Like we need to do something together.
Uh-huh.
Right. Mutation. What is the roll?
Just roll a d6, yeah.
The 2d6?
That's a 3.
No.
Yeah, I think mutation is just 1.
Yeah,
Yeah, 1d6.
you just roll for a d6, yeah.
That's what I thought.
That's a 3.
Yeah.
That's not great.
So you can succeed with a complication if you want to make things a little worse.
Do it.
Or you can just fail.
Take it. Take the
Are you
complication.
sure?
Yes, we have.
Wait,
Yes.
what's our level? What's
You're
the
at
track
3
at?
currently. You'll
You're
be
at
going
3,
up
we
to
have-
4.
It's fine. Yeah, I succeed with the complication.
We are doing well.
The world doesn't end until 16. It's not. It's gonna be fine.
No, the world ends at 10. No,
No.
the world
Yes.
ends at 16, but if we hit 10, then the dice starts, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we start rolling better. Let's go.
that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so you realize that the best way to fit into the situation with people who are so opposed to each other is you're gonna have to take someone's side. So you listen in and you realize one of them is blaming the other person for having chosen to come to this planet just when a moon was about to attack it. Whose side do you take?
I will take the side of the person who chose to come to this planet. I'll be like, can't you see that your friend? Sorry, what was your name?
My name is my name is Sharp as a Winter's Day.
Okay, can't you see the Sharp as a Winter's Day chose this planet because they saw potential? You came here for a reason. You have to help save this planet from destroying it so that you can live here in peace with the rest of us.
Yeah, exactly. The other one says and just sort of puts their arms across their metallic chest just all smugly, and the other one just
I will also put my orangutan arms across my chest.
yes, you're basically mirroring each other, not just because you can see your reflection in their silvery body. And as the other one just their head turns from like it starts to heat up. You can see heat waves above its head. And then its torso rises and then falls. It goes, fine, you can join us. What are you even doing here anyway? What do you want to join us for? Runs out, is clearly reaching for a tort but has none.
You know what? I am not the best person to tell you that, but you know who is, and I will call to the rest of the team.
Pop my head out like, oh god, it's radioactive.
So while you are exposed to the open air of the area near this meteor, all of your items are risky.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Okay.
That's
If your item was already risky, it remains risky. It doesn't get doubled. There's no risky stacking. But right now, yeah.
Sure.
Right now,
riskiest.
everything is risky.
Yeah, I pop out and I just say like, hi, what is your species called?
Oh, we are called let's see. We are called the best ones.
Got it.
That's
Makes sense.
that's how our the name of our people translates into your language. It's a bit sheepish when we we feel a bit sheepish about it when we try to do the translation, but that's what it meant. That's how we call ourselves.
I mean, it's not the weirdest thing. You know, humans call themselves by one gender, despite the fact that they have more than one gender.
That's ridiculous.
I will look at probably like Ezekiel and Ray and be like, how do they know what sheep are?
We could use the weapon of mass destruction on them.
Hey, we know animals. We studied up on this planet and the planet that you guys came from before coming here. Like I can tell that you've got
Tell me which animal.
Yeah, you've got a parakeet, you've got a dog, you've got a deer, and you've got a shark.
Well,
and one
Most of those are wrong.
And you've got one snake's finger.
Most of these are wrong.
most of these are wrong. Listen.
Okay. So I have a dog. I have
really?
I have the legs of a moose. I have an orangutan, and I'm partially orangutan. I'm partly clownfish. I have a human finger, and I'm also partly emperor penguin.
I'm sorry, you're an orangutan? Where are your wings then?
Okay, we don't have time to deal with that. The moon is going to crash. The moon is going to fall.
Just want to say bless you to that very human sneeze. That just
So
happened.
human. The Neil's
Bless
very
you.
human.
Very human.
So, from my understanding, what I could hear from inside, you came in, visitors. You came in your house. Points at the meteorite. However, this planet is going to be destroyed. So we have an idea that can help not only you survive on this planet, but also get you better real estate. Because a crater like that, there's no view, there's no scenic view. It's not great down over here. But if you help us carry your house attached to our big truck and take it to a secure place, we'll be
It's
able
called
to
Cybertruck.
the Cybertruck. You'll be able to take the energy from it, from your place, and also save this planet, creating a shield, and you'll have a better view than the inside of a crater.
Why do you need our house to help the planet?
The house is made of a radioactive mineral that will help charge up a shield that will be able to protect the home. And really, now that you've moved here and your residence, isn't this planet your home?
Well, one of the ways of thinking. No, don't say anything. No. I know I know they make a good point. Not the time. And then student says, what you see there. I think we know what you're looking for exactly. It's I believe your word for it is Valianite.
Mhm.
Yeah, someone took it. That house there, that's just kind of a shell.
Who took it?
I don't know, but they came up from underneath the ground. They covered us in this strange goo, emptied out our entire home. Our life savings of alienite were in that rock. They cleared it out, carried right back down where they came from. We've been keeping an eye out in case they come back again, but
I know them.
Bunker rats.
Bunker rats.
yeah.
Bunker rats.
Pancreatic
Bunker-
rats.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Bunker rats, the things with the teeth and they swim in the ocean.
So close. So close. We may have to go digging for the bunker rats and get that. Would you be willing to help us retrieve that from the bunker rats?
I mean, it's ours, so yes, we would definitely be interested in retrieving it.
But we need to use a portion of it. Maybe we don't know how much of it we need to use to save the planet, so that we all, points at everyone, including the TBOs, that protect all of us from not being destroyed by the moon.
Well, I suppose if you put it that way.
Let's go. We're gonna get revenge on bunker
Ooh.
rat, and we're gonna may have to inflict violence. Thankfully, we brought a human and
Wait,
a
hold on.
plumber.
I am
Yeah,
great at violence.
And we just need to get our there's a word there that does not quite get past the universal translator, which is really degrading. We just need to and they go off, and the third being that was with them joins you. How are you all transporting these 3 12-foot tall, very wide and very heavy creatures?
I mean, do we know where the bunker rats might be? Like Ezekiel,
Underground, swirly.
yeah, like a nearby
Yeah.
base or something. That like
So those of
couple.
you who have cryptic alliances with the bunker rats would know where to find them, or at least where to find one of the entry points to their underground bunkers.
I think like
Bunker
3 of us have cryptic alliances.
Then yes, you have a
Yep.
fairly good idea of where you might want to at least begin your investigation.
Well, in that case, let's have these guys. They have long strides. We can drive. I don't know if there's room in the truck for them. There might be.
We got tow
Would
cables.
they fit in the rover?
They would. they're very heavy, so the rover is going to be a problem. What they could do, two of them could at least do, is hang off the top of the what you are calling the Cybertruck.
Yeah. What's it called? Yeah, that could work.
Box.
Good.
One of you is going to have to convince them to travel in this way. However,
I go up to them and I just like subtly like put in their head like, jet skiing would be really cool on land. And I'm just like putting that image of them like holding on the back and like going wee, and that image of just like in your head.
go ahead and
Very
roll
cool.
with your mutation.
Let's go. That's 1d6, right?
Mhm.
1d6. 4 exactly.
All right. They go. You know what? I mean, we did come to try exotic new locales, try new things. Yes, let's do it. So there is to fast forward a bit. There's a long, complicated procedure of you putting tying a rope to the back of the rover onto which they can hang. And
I'm a fiber expert. Maybe I can tie them in a way.
perfect. You help with that, and you basically
A needle worker.
it's strong enough that it's not going to snap off while you are traveling. One of them is going to stay behind because even with a 4, he does not trust this process, and wants to guard the home anyway. But you've got two of them on your side now.
That's fine. Right. We'll be back soon. Let's go.
All right, you drive away. You pick up DIG, and you head towards the nearest location of the bunker rats.
Cool. I'm going to spend some time trying to fix my universal translator once we're out of the radiation zone.
Yes, I'm gonna say you manage. Once you get out of the radiation zone, most stuff starts to basically lose its risky property. That's no longer as fragile in that radiation. But the universal translator does take a little time to fix, which you managed to do.
Go.
All right, so you head to where the bunker rats are. There is. This would be under locations, obviously. So it is a large underground construction that lies underneath a mountain. It is quite possibly the only safe place on the entire planet. Entry is open to all, but it is carefully monitored by a handful of bunker rats who shift duties up on the surface to allow people underneath. Are any of you bunker insiders or have a positive station? You are?
Yep.
You know of you do know of a way that you could get inside, however without having to march through the front door. However, it is a very tight squeeze. It would be very difficult for your new Valianite allies to join you.
Okay. I do have keys to an old rundown bunker that you gave me just before we started. I wonder if that has a separate passageway.
There is. Oh, you know what? That you do have that. Yeah, you could just. That is a little ways away from the mountain. You could get through there. However, it is a self-contained bunker. It might have some items of use, but it is not going to connect to the larger underground bunker city.
Okay. Let's see. I know a way in that can't get everybody in. I think that since I know them, they know me. I've fixed everybody's crapper at some point.
Yeah.
And they kind of they probably trust me to a certain extent. So maybe we just all go through the front door. Police didn't like that.
Yeah. So if everyone else,
I don't think they would appreciate seeing me, and I definitely am not gonna be seeing them.
Maybe we can have some of us sneak in through there that don't want to be seen, and then the rest of us walk in through the front door.
Ezekiel, are you insider or outsider with the
I
bunkers?
am an insider. I bring them food and supplies.
We take care of them at both ends. I love it.
Things.
Yeah.
In and out, brothers. Here
In
we
and out.
go.
Yeah.
Let's go. In that case, do we want to split up Ezekiel and Knock? Go in the front. Go in the front. All of us in the front door, and we find some way to disguise Chihuahua. Like a
I
hoodie
am
or
fiber artist. I can create some sort of custom with fiber
Oh, so like create like an
Oh.
outfit or like a cloth mask to
Costume.
cover them.
I
Okay.
think I just need to cover my face. They're not going to recognize me without my face, right?
Your
Maybe.
extremely
Is-
distinctive human finger might throw them off.
Yeah.
Ezekiel, I took the same thing. Needleworker.
Okay.
Awesome. We should,
Okay,
be
so
like
go ahead.
quilting between scenes here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a d6 with a +1 if Greynok helps, which I
Mhm.
assume.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. 6+1.
So-
That's
so like the wind.
3.
That is-
Total?
that-
3
Okay.
total.
So a
plus one.
success. So either you fail and basically are not able to do something that's going to adequately cover or disguise Chihuahua with the materials that you have available to you, or success with a complication.
Success with a
I think we
complication.
should
Let's
fail
go.
Yeah, we're towards the end of,
Alright.
Fair
of
enough.
today's
hell
game. So
yeah.
yeah, let's do it.
Trouble track is now at a 5. You are halfway there.
Halfway there.
I knew
You
you
start
were
to
saying
hear. So you know how popcorn, you wait a number of minutes and there's no pop, and then suddenly a little more, you start to hear more of them together. That's what the
Yes.
distance sounds like. There's been silence for a while, but now you're starting to hear and see streaks falling from the sky as smaller meteors start way off in the distance.
We are
Um,
fine. You must sell
That
us
doesn't
survival.
sound good.
We gotta move. We gotta get through that
You
door.
wanna move?
Ezekiel, since you're the one who noticed it, you look up and that little crack in the moon, little bit longer, and you start to see all the lights. You can see there's a city on the moon where most that was created
City.
by the Moonbug megacore. You can see that it is starting to glow brighter than you've ever seen before.
All right.
Okay, so with a bit of a disguise, you guys start heading towards the front door. With the Valianites behind you, or do you leave them in the truck?
Probably leave them behind.
Probably they are pretty huge.
Yeah, and they might
And
be a bit
very
radioactive.
conspicuous.
Mhm.
That also.
All right. So as you're leaving, the last of the universal translators, since you only have one, you have to share it between you. You Glip, you hear the DEI telling them, DIG is telling them, all right, let me teach you a popular game we play. It is called poker, and one of the Valianites saying, "Oh yeah, poker, I know it. Let me just get my dice. They're somewhere here." As you head towards the compound, you guys enter the front door, no problem. Given that there's nothing particularly suspicious about you, and you guys paid for your success, the bunker rats just ask you your names. Names, please. As you come up, and then they see you, Greynok, and they go, "Oh, Greynok, Ezekiel, hey, welcome."
Yeah,
Who
they're
are your
with us.
buddies here?
They're with us.
I mean, assistants.
Yeah.
Right.
I
right.
extend my
okay.
arm for some saltation there.
They
Yeah,
never shake my hand. It's a
Yeah, no, they shake. Yeah, they shake Ezekiel's hand. They
It's
start
understood.
going towards you, and then the other one nudges like, "Oh man,
we just nod.
You go right
we,
in,
We get
yeah.
it.
yeah."
There's
Human
no-
salutation.
And you walk right in. Despite the friendliness of the guards posted outside, as you enter this extremely large safety bunker that goes down the mountain, there's like an opening area, just sort of where people are coming inside, and there's an area of tension. It is a crowded place. There are people everywhere. There's a sense of fear. Most people, there are a lot of people rushing in here, given what's happening to the moon. you guys had to, and there are a lot of people here now. All There's an elevator right at the end of a long corridor where you go, and there's a line of people rushing to enter it to the bunker proper, as it would be. You know that there is you've been given the security code essentially for a set of stairs that lead more directly down for basically workers and high-ranking personnel. They those are the two opposite extremes that have the most access to places. You could get there. It's a long walk. Your knees are gonna be a little achy by the time you get down there, but it avoids the crowds.
Yeah, let's avoid the crowds. I say, unless someone else has a better idea.
It's a good idea.
Right. So yeah, you walk down. It is a lot. This is a more quiet corridor. Almost no one is in here. You walk for a good 15 minutes, just stairs going down and down and down and down. You realize just how deep you're going. About 30, maybe 40 flights of stairs. You taking a little break. You finally get down to the bottom and open the access door, and you enter what is essentially underground bunker city. It is like any bustling city that you may have seen on the surface, with the obvious difference that the roof is never too far away. At its greatest height, it is maybe 15 feet above people's heads. It is a small, sort of like scrappy market area almost, with residential homes scattered here and there. But the cave walls that are surrounding you everywhere make you feel very claustrophobic.
Can I smell where the lavender is, or where the stench of this this material might be coming from?
Oh, actually, that is very good.
You say actually as if you didn't expect me to come up with anything smart. Is that how it?
No, I didn't.
Actually,
expect you
oh my goodness.
I keep forgetting you have a heightened sense of smell.
Intelligence.
That is. Yes,
They started to smell brothers thing. Smell buddies.
that is
Smell buddies.
true. My memory is that of a goldfish, or as the Valianites would call it, a ochre whale. So give me a mutation roll. You roll a d6 with a +1, because I assume the smell buddies are working together on this.
Of course, the smell buddies are working together.
Nobody's.
2 + 1, 3.
All right, that is a success if you pay for it.
What do you think? Should we pay for it?
Yeah.
Let's pay for
It's
it.
getting dicey, but why not?
All right,
Getting
you
dicey.
are up to you're up to a 6.
That's the name of our band.
Yeah,
Right.
that's very fine.
Okay, so what happens is that it takes you a while. It takes you about an hour, because you've got a lot of ground to cover. So you essentially just start walking about the place, sniffing for it. The good thing is you know that it's a very strong stench. So once you do get a hold of it, you're gonna have a clear direction of where to follow it. And after about an hour, you do. You have to move past the food markets. You have to move closer to. It is leading off to an area that you know not even you have been allowed entry.
Oh, this is the number 3.
I know how to do with this.
It is a very high security area. Ezekiel, you said you've delivered supplies here before. What kind of supplies?
Yes. Mostly food and things to survive that they have been needing, like toilet paper, stuff like that.
You guys work very well together.
Yes.
You have only been here once before, many years ago. The underground bunker is about maybe 60 to 80 years old, but this part was constructed relatively more recently, somewhere time in the last decade or so. You were brought here when it was just under construction, and security was a little less lax, and they didn't need a plumber because they hadn't, no one had used the facilities yet.
Okay.
You came in here, and you know that this was basically going to be where they were training their version of a military. Basically, anyone who's trained to fight, anyone who's trained with weapons or just storage of weapons. This is the area that the stench of the Valianite is now coming from.
This is the section where they do human activities.
Very human activities.
War. Fight.
Fight. Human experiments. Barbecue. All human activities.
I love barbecue. I can attract attention if you want to.
There are 4 armed guards standing above the thick metal doors that lead into this.
4 armed guards or 4 armed guards?
4 guards holding weapons. Mutants are not all that common. It's a good question, though.
Bunker rats love me. If you want to, I can get their attention and you can go forward.
Sorry, what was that?
I can get their attention.
Okay.
And you can walk forward. If you want to and need to.
So, your plan is to... Are you trying to distract them so that someone can slip inside?
I have here one of my nuances is periphery. Steal the focus by hiding others.
I see. So, what do you do to get all 4 of the guards' attention on you?
I will walk forward and get from my my backpack. I suppose I have one. A deck of cards. I am teaching how to play human poker for every guard that may be bored at the moment.
You got your dice?
Go ahead. If you do, go ahead and roll a d6.
I'm going to roll a d6 here. It fell. It's a 5.
That is a success. Every one of the guards is distracted by this. Enough that the 3 of you can try to slip inside. Do you have any nuances? Do any of the 3 of you have nuances related to stealth or getting inside this building in some way?
Is this like a building with like people in it with computers or more computer security?
There is definitely computer security, yes.
We have like a machine savant, don't we, with our quantum plumber?
The other thing that I have that we haven't really used yet is my other mutation, which is electricity generation. And you saying electronic surveillance, maybe I harbor an active electric field, fine-tune control, small-scale, precise, and persistent. So I'd be really careful with it because I'm, around water a lot. But
yeah,
but it is something that I have.
All right, that's one of you. What about the other 2?
My other ones are more like if there's a people there. I have one I need clarification on. It's called policy of caution. You know where all the existential hard hat areas are. I don't know what that means. I still don't know what that means.
What that essentially means is that you know the places that are the most dangerous in any building, in any area. It's the opposite of an escape route. You know all the places that it's worth escaping from.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll apply here. Maybe investigator, being able to like figure out, okay, if someone was like looking, they'd be looking here. That means there'd be a camera here, and just try and like help that way. Would that work?
I will say that's good enough. So I'm gonna say, Chihuahua, you're gonna be outside with Ezekiel, not having any skills pertaining to either stealth or getting inside, while either Greynock or Glip, give me a d6 plus 1.
I'm giving you the +1, so you're on this Greynock. You got the main control.
Six on the dice, so 7.
7.
All right. So you disable the security. You use your investigative skills to keep an eye out and just sort of figure out a way, the best way in, while the guards, all 4 of the guards, are distracted and are sort of arguing about the rules of poker with Ezekiel. No, it doesn't work like that. No, what you need is,
the thing you need to do to play poker is know this song by Lady Gaga. poker face. You need to sing it aloud
No,
multiple
those are
times.
We
those
do
are the
not have the
old
rights
Earth
for
rules.
that, but I'd be happy to. This is going to make a really expensive stream.
All right. So before that happens, we just have Glip and Gray slip inside the building. Gray, the stench. Now that you are past the open steel doors that you managed to open, the stench is so much stronger. You feel like you'll be able to track this to where it is.
Yeah. Yep. We got this.
Yes.
I'm gonna say with a 6 roll. I'm not gonna have you guys roll again as you sneak through the corridors, through the guards, and finally make your way to what appears to be a large laboratory, or at least the windows outside a large laboratory. You know how some surgeries have those places where other younger doctors in training can look in. I forget what it's called, but a theater of sorts. There is a version of this for this.
Oh, the theaters where you do the surgery.
Okay, yes. I do not watch enough Grey's Anatomy. I do not know the exact term, but basically there is sort of like a window and down through which down you can see a
I think
number
it's the
of
observation room.
that's a good name for it, so I'm just gonna call it that. You come across an observation room that is empty because most people you see a number of scientists sort of working with what you recognize because all of you know what the substance looks like on site. You might have not actually been around it, but you've seen enough pictures, you've heard enough about it. Your grandparents were mining it before they were abandoned here on this planet. There is a lot of Valianite here. Just a lot of it. Just like about 20 barrels worth that you can appear in, and it appears to be somewhat diluted a bit because not all of it could have fit into that meter, but there is a lot of it here, and they appear to be they are all wearing very heavy radiation shielding. All of the people in this lab, and they appear to be taking what you watch as they take weapons. Take an extractor from just one barrel at a time of the Valianite, inject it in the weapons, and you watch as the light goes green and moves down a conveyor belt, and they repeat the process with another weapon.
How many barrels do you think we could get out of here, you and I, Renok? How many barrels do we need?
Well, one of my nuances is that I'm a pack animal, which I can carry many times my body weight. So if anyone would like to guess my body weight, we can.
I wouldn't be so rude. Never.
So that's one option. The other option is now we know where it is. Should we just let the shield maidens know and they can come get it themselves? Like let them fight it out?
I mean, this place, it is still quite radioactive, but I mean, it's an option. Do we have a way to contact? Well, can Dig contact them remotely?
Dig would be able to contact them remotely, yes.
That's an idea. Or, could try and just convince. We could try and convince them to give it to us. I don't know.
I don't know. I know bunker rats. They get an idea in their head, like.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
They're definitely hoarders, yeah, and territorial about it.
Yeah.
Preppers.
Okay. In that case, let's just make it easier for what's it called? Us, the shield maidens, to come in this way, or at least make it harder for these guys to get out. So when we call the shield maiden, it's still here.
All right. Yeah. Let's figure out if there's like defenses we can disarm and or like, okay, so this thing is creating weapons. Let's make sure that those weapons aren't, going straight to arm the actual, guards and things like that. Do we have any idea what the weapons are for? Is it to guard this place or is it for some other nefarious purpose?
You are not sure because the bunker rats are historically known for having very good protections already. Maybe they're just being paranoid, or maybe they're preparing for something offensive rather than defensive.
Do I know anybody like that's here like closely, like good buddy Or
Um,
maybe
not-
a cousin,
Yeah.
you know, like
not in this particular area, but you do know a couple of people just in this area. You're aware of Penelope, who's an old widow who lives somewhere at the edge of the city. Always has a kind word for you, and always has surprising connections for people who have rare or special resources.
I need help with her toilet.
Everyone eventually needs help with their toilet. That's just everyone. You know a person named Gleason, who is pretty high up. He's the treasurer of the Bunker Rats. He wasn't popular, but he's very good at his job. He's ruthless and he keeps good books. And you know Ferguson, a resident one of the wealthier residents, someone who retired from Megacore and just believes that the bunker is a better place to live. He's been lobbying to try and build a golf course down here. No one really likes him, but for some reason he's very fond of you.
You know what? Let me call the accountant. Can I just get him on the phone or equivalent?
Greenock, your voice is echoing.
It's still echoey.
A little bit, yeah. It's better in some moments than others. Let's see. You'll be able to get him on the phone. You know you're gonna have to do that thing where you're being a little whispery because you're still in the heart of a high security area.
All right. Yeah. Let me see if I can get him on the phone and just sort of take a guess as to what's going on, just to play a hunch.
You're ringing up. He picks up the phone. Greenock, it's been a while. You offering a discount of some sort?
No. I just heard a rumor and I want to know if it's true. Bunker Rats, are they going after Moonbug? Like an offensive or something?
Look, I'm not gonna ask how you know that. I would rather you didn't. But it is in our interest if you kept that to yourself. I would be willing to double your next fee. Just after in a week, you can tell whoever you want.
I don't need. Here's what I want. I want assurances that what they're doing. I mean, they're trying to stop MoonCorp from destroying everything, right? They're not trying to be the next MoonCorp.
Oh God,
Moonbug,
no.
sorry.
No. We've grown accustomed to living underground in one place. MoonCorp, the Moonbugs, they want everything, everywhere.
All right.
They're not going to stop until half the galaxy is taken over.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't expect you guys to be on the side of angels, but I just want to make sure you're not on the side of devils.
That's a weirdly moral choice coming from our plumber, but okay. I'm glad you approve.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Talk to you later.
As we're like out of hearing range, I like say, seems reasonable enough. I mean, don't you want to like try and work with the human? Because like having all these weapons are great, but if this planet is just gonna be hit by all the moons, it doesn't really matter. Unless they have a way off planet.
My read on that is they're going to try and stop Moonbug from destroying. Like they're going to stop the destruction. Is your take that it's too late to stop the destruction, and all they're going to do is sort of take the Moonbugs down with them?
It feels that way. Like
there's a lot of moon pieces. Oh wait, am I not here?
No, you're not.
I think you're in the poker game.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I thought you were on the phone.
We're singing Poker Face here.
Yeah.
Yes. Narrating the singing of Poker
narrating,
Face, not actually
yes,
singing.
the singing of Poker Face.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, go.
So my thing is we have two ways of trying to stop the apocalypse, or two factions we can try and side with. One is the rats who are going to try and stop Moonbug. The other ones are trying to create a shield. The shield might take a long time. But you might be right about the rats. They can't really do anything except stop Moonbug from getting away. But I think that the actual teleportation of Moonbug to get away is what's going to accelerate the collapse and destroy our world.
Yeah,
right?
But the thing is, Moonbug is on the moon. That means these guys, do they have a way to get to the moon? Or are they just trying to make a space laser to shoot them?
You don't quite know. Right now, your most salient option seems to be either try to steal away some of these of the Valianite from this place to get it to the Shield Maidens, who may or may not be able to create the shield. You may or may not have enough Valianite to create the shield they need. Or you sign with the moon. You team up with the bunker rats to try and um, take out to see what their plan is for taking out Moonbug and possibly stopping the apocalypse. You, of course, do have the allegedly most powerful weapon in the universe. If you want to try and focus on that as well.
Do we think what's it called? What's the name of the mineral? Vitamite?
Valianite.
Do we think Valianite might be a specific item that could help out the ring?
Oh, it definitely counts as a special resource, so 100%.
We could do it. The thing is, we've got what's it called? We need seven rolls, and that's the thing. I don't know what else we can do. Yeah.
I will say, if you manage to get to other parts of the laboratory, I will have that count as a specialized location for your nuance rolls.
Yeah. Like, okay, say we make the most incredible weapon of all times. What would we use it for? Would we offer it to the moon bunkers to say, hey, you can use this to destroy what's it called? Or would we use it to try and just liberate all the things we need from here and take it to the Shield Maiden? We're still at the same kind of situation, unless it can do more than just be a weapon. But I don't know what this is because I can't use my comic book knowledge to avoid copyright.
Okay then. So
like for the situation going on here and the Lady Gaga singing on the other side.
basically,
it's a very expensive montage.
Yeah, the soldiers have moved on from singing, and they're trying to explain to you the finer points of how a straight flush works. Which something that Greynok is more of an expert in.
Yeah, I heard the word dice, and I'm thinking they're not going to be playing poker. That's something else. That's nerd poker.
Exactly. So I guess the question is, I mean, what do we want to, I'm all for empowering the, most powerful ring of all time. But the thing is, what do we want? Do we think that we can make these two factions work together and save us? Or do we think we have to side with one? And should we be messaging the others on the group WhatsApp and getting their input?
I think we guys got to make a judgment call. And right now, all I'm thinking is that the material is in the hands of the desert. The bunker rats. And if we decide to steal the things and get them to the Shield Maidens, that is an extra step. So I don't know if we've got enough time to do that. So maybe the thing to do is get the Shield Maidens over here to help, like you said, like try and get them to work together. But I don't know.
Okay.
Will that just result in infighting and then nobody gets saved?
I think we have people on the inside of the Shield Maidens. We have people on the inside of these guys. I think we can try and make a deal happen. I think we go to Dig and tell them to make a call and try and get them over here. Hopefully in a better car than the box, so they can get here quickly. And we try and go from there. That's my best bet.
All right.
All right. So you go work on that, do that. I'm going to try and sneak into a laboratory and get the ultimate weapon of all time. Precious!
Okay, so you're trying to get some of the one of the weapons or some of the Valianite?
The laboratory.
You sneak into the laboratory, yes.
Yeah, because it's a specialized location.
All right, yes. So go ahead and make your specialized location. Go ahead and make a roll +1.
A D6 roll?
A D6 roll plus no one.
All right, then. Yeah. I know where all the existential hard hat areas, because my policy of caution. Most radioactive areas. Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a failure. That's a 3. I'm going to, I'm going to add 1 to trouble and accept a complication.
Okay. So there is a specific complication for this one. What happens here is the ring was meant to harness psychic energy, and its stored reserves go on full vengeance. Person who failed the roll is forced into a salty runback with a psychic projection of themselves.
Let's go.
One who wields D20 energy blasts.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you all into combat. Not into combat. You're still going to be one-on-one, Chirag, Glip, with this psychic version of yourself.
Mhm.
But sorry, no. Oh, nope. I forgot. That is the break condition. A fail effect is somewhat lighter. Lighter. Basically, break effect is when you get to 3 failures. I am sorry for that. What happens now is simply that. But you get a glimpse of what could happen. You manage to push that back in. But what happens is that the ring connects with your mind, and you feel a certain revulsion. You feel it taking something from you. It has a piece of your soul, and this ring, something in this ring is starting to awaken.
Okay. What's it called? So I can't add one to trouble except a complication for it can't success. It's always a failure.
This is basically always a failure for artifact rolls, yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't add anything to the trouble. But yeah, you what do you both do then? You sneak back outside and we connect with the others?
I was saying to like Greynock, I'm gonna try and figure out the ring while you let the others know what the plan is. That way, if I die, hopefully you're not caught in the blast.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Always appreciated, and I use the same phrase when I fix people's plumbing.
Yes. I send a message on the WhatsApp. Mental ouchie. This ring is harder than it looks. Go on.
So, Greynock, you step outside and rejoin with Ezekiel and Chuaria, and
Almost.
a bit closer. Um, um, and you manage to catch them up on the plan. As the guards sort of give up on the poker and go back to their post, realizing they've been away from it for way too long. And it is at that moment you hear the entire underground bunker starts to shake. You look up and you hear this loud noise, this loud buzzing, as suddenly the ceiling opens up and a large drill pokes down from above. And you see, as the drill opens up like a cap swings on a hinge, and a number of shield maidens jump down from this thing and begin an assault on the bunker rats.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
It is
asked and
chaos.
answered. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that supposed to happen?
Yeah. The thing is,
Not
DIG
you. I'm asking.
Oh,
I'm asking
that way.
my team.
Yes.
It sounds like DIG already notified them, and yeah.
Because you didn't keep your like DIG know you what you were going for and definitely relayed plans back to the shield maidens.
Yeah.
So it is currently there is chaos everywhere. Not the shield maidens are invented enough not to make non-lethal attacks, but it is still scary as around you, in strange greenish goop, people are being trapped. Things are being shot left and right. Force fields are being set up. Robots are on the ground. In the meanwhile, bunker rats crawl out from all corners, shooting at the machines and at the shield maidens left and right. You are able to by this time the security has gone up from the electrical disturbance you did. So Glip, you're able to see this on security cameras, and the three of you are caught in the thick of it. What do you do?
I have a very, very ridiculous idea again.
Go
which
ahead.
is to deteriorate the concept of fighting.
Ow!
From everyone?
You know what? That's a fair point. How could I possibly do that? To be fair, this is a very vague mutation.
That is true. I would say
Um,
you would have to basically you need some kind of psychic amplifier to do that. So as
That's
is
fair.
with what you have here, that is not a role I'm gonna let you make.
You're rewriting a concept.
that's fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Wait, which power are you using?
Deterioration.
So
You can make
basically,
things including ideas and concepts.
Yeah,
What
you
is
need
your-
You need something like my suggestion power to plant an idea in someone else's mind.
So there are 3 ways this battle can end. You can bring you can lead the shield maidens to the barrels of Vailianite, as enough for them to basically take it all away. You can help the bunker rats fight off the shield maidens, or you can just escape.
Thing is, if we escape the battle, are we gonna survive the apocalypse?
Probably
Do we
not.
trust the shield maidens to like prevent?
You trust the shield maidens are definitely going to be trying.
The ones with the better chance are the shield maidens. I don't know if they are the best though.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say right at this moment, you are in a combat situation. This is gonna be hard to define, but we're gonna go through it as best we can. So we'll go through it one person at a time. So we'll start with you, Greynok.
I guess I trust the shield maidens to do the right thing more than the bunker rats. So I'm gonna try and help that and try not to do it too lethally. I did get just before we started a non-lethal weapon that you gave me. What was it called? Paintball gun, modified to gas pellets. So I will try and knock people out safely as possible.
Okay.
Gas pellet, get it?
Yes, I do. So yes, give me a basic weapons roll. This would be it's just a paint gun with gas pellets. So I'm gonna say doesn't do a lot of damage. I'm gonna say it's a lower end D6 weapon. So roll 2d6.
1 and a 4.
1 and a 4. Okay. I assume the 4 is going to damage.
Sure.
And 1 to the fallout. Okay, so yes, you essentially manage to knock one person back and impair them, doing your part for the battle on behalf of the shield maiden. Chihuahua, what do you do?
Oh, God, this is tough.
This was supposed to be a silly game.
I have to. If I need to help the shield maidens in some way. Okay. Another bit of a stretch.
Okay.
Since I'm a victim of the rats, my supplies were stolen by them.
Okay, that's a new.
Could I attempt to find a supply that could help me in some?
You know what? I that is vague enough. I think that find a supply. Yeah, go ahead, roll for it. Find something that can help the shield maidens in some way. Yeah, go for it.
What do I roll? Just one?
This would be just a d6. Yes. That's a 1. Yeah, that is just it's a nuance roll, so that is just an automatic failure.
Well.
All right, so it is too chaotic. You are too unfamiliar with this area to really know what to do. Yes, Ezekiel, what do you do?
Okay, my faith remains with the bunker rats, so I'm going to help them out there.
Oh my god!
Let's go PvP.
In and out, buddies. Oh my goodness!
No one's making it off this planet. Let's go.
No. Ezekiel will go towards the guards in there, and when they start seeing the shield maidens approach, I'm going to grab the claws, which are now knives only. I'm going to start throwing the knives from the distance.
Okay, roll 2d6. Actually, no, they're
Okay.
just daggers. Roll 2d4.
D4, alright. That is a 4 and a 2. So I suppose
okay.
that's 4 for damage and 2 for fallout.
All right, yeah, you do a decent damage to a shield maiden and manage to impair her as well as the knife sort of causes her to bleed, making her a little dazed and confused. This is what's going to bring us to Glip, who is in the lab a little ways away from everything. Glip, you notice that there's a small seashell-shaped box in the corner.
All right, who sees that?
Glip.
Okay. What in the world? Looks over. Is it small? Is it what's it?
It is fairly small. It's like just you can hold it in two hands fairly easily.
Yeah. Is it like you open it like an engagement box? Is it like what?
You open it a little bit like an engagement box. Yes. You
Pop it
open
up.
it, and it's just you hear an audio recording. It says, "Hello, hello, I am King Tide. I am the prime plasmode of my planet. I affect the tides, and the tides are out of control. They are causing apocalypses throughout the universe. I need your help. There is a button here. Place an object or person in front of this, and it will be teleported to me to aid me. I need your help to save the universe."
He stops. He looks at it, and then he's like, thinks. It's like he's immediately like, I could do it myself. I could get out of here. And then he's like, wait. Oh, and he's like, well, what would I do? Just leave everyone behind. Like, sees this, looks at it, and says like, there's a little bit of me in you, and I think this person could use also a weapon more than any of the victors going on. I can hear the explosions, right?
Yeah.
Could I, before I put this in the box and send it off, I'd like to use my purification power to try and just like, one, do a roll, but also try and like cleanse any of the kind of negative psychic energy I sense from here.
Go ahead and make a nuance roll.
Let's go. 1d6. We roll. 6 exactly.
That is a success. Yeah, so that's
Cool.
another ID thing, and it is purified from whatever twisted thing it took from your mind.
That brings it up to 4 successes.
Yes, that is correct.
All right. Let's hope King Tide can figure it out with 4 successes. Press the button, put it in the seashell.
And it disappears in a flash of blue energy.
And I get out my gun, go over. Actually, you know what? I look around for one of the super enhanced guns, and I'm just and I try and grab enough for my friends, and I try and send a suggestion to our what's it called, TPEs.
Yeah.
And like, we
These
need your
are-
help.
These are very heavily modified D12 weapons.
I grab a bunch for my
Okay.
friends, start running, and send to TPE. Guys, we need your help. The big 12-footers to come in and help us out. I don't know. So that's my last scene. Yeah.
All right, so we go to our enemies now. You have enemies on both sides now, given that one of you has switched sides. So we are going to have a 7 and a 7. That is not good fallout for them. As one person shoots does 7 damage to you, Greynok.
Okay.
However, the weapon also misfires and explodes in their hand.
Who hit me? A shield maiden or a
No, this would be one of the bunker rats, since you started helping out the shield maidens. This is someone who's got 3 toilets in their home. You remember them well. One keeps breaking down, but the other one's great condition. And they tend not to tip. You feel a little good that they're gonna explode in their hand. For maintenance, everywhere you look.
They were definitely flushing things down the toilets that they shouldn't be flushing.
Yes.
Oh my.
Another bunker rat shoots at you, Chihuahua, and you take 4 damage and are impaired. They roll a 4 and a 1.
What am I impaired? Like what sense?
This would be basically your sense of sight. You're sort of blinded. It's mostly it is sort of like a flashbang that hits you. It's a grenade that was shot into your area. You are blinded for a moment until you clear impaired. Yes, and one is going to go. Oh, that's a double 4. That's not great. That's 4 damage to you, Ezekiel. And
Okay,
there.
4.
Yes.
Okay.
And you see that one of the shield maidens has the weapons just vibrating in his hands, and this is a little the item looks like it's unstable, or as one might call it, risky. And Glip, as soon as you walk out of here, your weapons in hand, you you come out, and you know what? I'm gonna say that you just catch in errant something out of, ooh, that's double eights. So one of the shield maidens just sees someone coming out of the bunker at building and shoots instinctively. You take 8 damage. But they
Are you
also
fine?
take, yeah. They also take 8 fallout. And impair, and a cryptic alliance causes problems. I think we know which cryptic alliance is going to cause problems for the shield maidens. Yeah, they start to the bunker rats are starting to rally back against the shield maidens. It may be up to you guys to turn the tide. So, who goes first?
I'm recovering from a head wound. You guys, one of you guys want to go?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. At
Oh,
this
wait,
moment,
causing inter-party conflict is a very human thing to do. In a way, I am proud of
Yes.
you, Ezekiel.
Exactly.
you
Damn it, why are the humans
Um,
fighting? Why does this always happen? Whoa,
will
I left
see
you in
that
charge.
Ezekiel is pretty hard. I'm 2 out of 10, I would say. And sparks are coming out from every part of the body. You're seeing that pretty much this is a robot. There is no chance this is a human.
Uh-huh.
And some paint has been removed from part of the body, and it is gray. And he will keep going and grabbing more of the knives and try to keep throwing at these shield maidens that are appearing and coming from behind and stabbing it in the back of their heads.
Go ahead and yeah, make your roll with your d4s.
Okay, d4s. That's a 1 and a 4. Yes.
Okay.
So going again for the 4 damage and 1 for
On another one and impairing them.
fallback.
All right.
And impairing them. Exactly.
It's a good combo. Oh, or you, instead of impairing, you can move to a slightly better position so that people aren't targeting you so much.
Yeah, I will definitely do that in that case.
Okay. That's your turn. I will say Glip. If you want to get to if you want to take your turn now, you might be able to get your weapons to your allies before their turn, and then they can use the
Yeah,
weapon.
I'm gonna do something really big and stupid. If anyone
Well-
wants to grab the weapon from me, you can. Because my thing is kind of like might end a fight, kind of stupid. So it's up. So yeah, it's your kind of thing. If anyone wants to come near me and grab the weapon, they can. My turn.
No, I feel like you go with might end the fight kind of stupid.
All right.
Yeah,
so
yeah, go ahead.
So I'm there, been shot in the head, pick myself up because my species brain is not in the head because not all things are like that. Gets up, and like he has that moment, like everyone's fighting. His friends have turned on each other. They're like going in like this hate, and his like mind flashes back to what he told the ring. Someone who is worthy is someone who is able to take the anger and hate so that the rest can calm down. And so he shouts out. Yeah, he shouts out like, "You all, yes, you all know me." Like shouts out loud, and then he's like, "Really? Stop fighting!" And it like sends out a mental suggestion, as he's like combining his nuance with his mutation. Everyone recognizes my face, and the suggestion is basically, if you gotta hate somebody, hate the person who doesn't belong here, and just like try and like get all their anger out there, just like at the Wilfin's Thanksgiving thing, get them all to just turn on Glip, and instead get rid of their anger that way.
I will tell you this, Chihuahua. What you tried to do earlier was tricky. Trying to get everyone to stop fighting when they were already in fighting mode, very difficult. But using this psychic suggestion to redirect everyone's hatred and fear and this thing all onto Glip, that is possible for you to do. You can add a +1 to Glip's roll if you wish. Glip is using a psychic suggestion to have everyone instead attack him. It's not. You can aid him in that, in getting everyone to turn on him instead of fighting each other?
I'm trying to figure out if there's anything I can do that actually helps that.
What you were trying to do earlier will work since both of you are psychic. Because trying to get everyone to stop fighting won't really work. But trying to get everyone to degrade into violence against one person, when they're already in a fighting mode, you're just redirecting.
Yeah, like use literary. Yeah, sure. Cool. I'm good with that.
So yes, go ahead and make your mutation roll with a +1.
Got it. I'm not rolling mutation and nuance, even though I'm using both of them. It's just a d6 +1, right?
Yes.
All right. Let's go. I rolled a 6 for 7.
Oh,
yay! I'm gonna die.
You do indeed. As all of them turn towards you and start shooting into you. So you have a choice. You have a choice now to basically die or to
fight everyone.
To rise back up again at the last moment and go one-on-one with basically one of the generals.
Yeah. No. What's it called? I think I'll take getting shot to pieces because if I was doing a salty run back, it'd be I'll take it because I've absorbed all their anger and all their things. So I'll take it. So.
No, my non-human friends. Don't leave me with them.
With all the humans. And to kill the most human.
You guys watch as Glib falls, seems to shake off a spell in everyone's mind. They suddenly look at what they're doing and they are just confused and regretful in the moment. If any of you wanted to capitalize on this moment, this would be the very moment to do that.
Yeah, I say get your shit together because I'm not touching it anymore if you guys can't get along. We need a meg bug. What?
Moonbugs.
Moonbugs are our enemy. Let's fight them. Let's work together.
And more voices start joining you. More and more and more. They all work. Eventually the weapons are put down, and one of the leaders of the Shield Maidens, a lady named Esmeralda, steps up and goes off to a clear bunker rat leader, and in full view of everyone, they even though they're gritting their teeth, they shake hands. Over the next hour, the Shield Maidens reveal why they want the Valiant Knight, the bunker rats reveal why they do, and they agree to do a two-pronged attack. The bunker rats head up, armed with Shield Maiden gadgets, to stop the Moonbug Core from teleporting away, which would destroy the moon in one entire go. The Shield Maidens use the Valiant Knight with the bunker rats that the bunker rats have procured to fire up their shield that goes planet-wide. The shield raises the temperature of the planet a couple of degrees. That's something you're going to have to worry about down the line. But for now, the apocalypse has been averted.
Global warming is not something our generation ever needs to worry about. That's something for future.
That's the next generation.
Exactly.
All it took was the life of Glitter. And with that, with the Moonbug Megacore taken down by the joint efforts of the Shield Maidens and the Rat Bunkers, it is discovered that there are a lot more rocket ships than any of you knew. People, the employees of this planet, or the descendants of the employees of this planet, have been stuck here for centuries. But now, finally, there is a way for anyone who wishes to leave to go. So, having helped save the world, you now have a way to leave it.
And finally,
the vastness.
Get me out of here!
Yes, and that is where we shall end our first session of Plasmodics. I have been Arman. You can find me at linktree.com/ArmanBabu. And thank you all for playing with me. This has been a lot of fun. Chirag, why don't you tell our audience about yourself and where they can find you?
Hi, I'm Chirag Ghaznani. I was Glip before he went off into the Great Beyond. I am a TTRPG writer, streamer, and co-founder of Daisies and Dragons. You can find me on Twitter at ChickySaidWhat, and you can find Daisies and Dragons on a bunch of the social medias and our YouTube channel, where this should be on soon enough after Twitch. But yes, stay tuned. We got more things coming few months. And that's me, I think.
All right. Tomas, why don't you tell people about yourself?
Hello, my name is Tomás Jiménez Rioja. I was the human, in case you didn't notice, Ezekiel, and I will be continuing appearing on this series of episodes of this game, and you can find me over the internet on pretty much most of the social medias as TGIMENE RGM T Jimenez RGM. And I'm a game designer, do actual plays, and do all sorts of stuff. I am working on a project at the moment called Magnolia, the City of Marvels, that is on a mixture of cyberpunk and fantasy, medieval fantasy. If you're up to that and want a mixture of art, punk, and rebellion, be sure to follow me, because there is much more coming soon.
Alex, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Thank you for including me. Great to play on this channel again and meet new friends. I've been Alex. I'm a writer and actor in North Carolina in the US. I publish and perform as Lex Wilson, which is a long story involving the Screen Actors Guild and Barney the Purple Dinosaur. I am Alexotica on Twitter, lexwilson.bsky.social on Blue Sky, lexwilson.com for anything else. On Wednesdays, I play Old Gods of Appalachia with the Lantern Light Adventures, and starting this Saturday, I'm playing a Wander homebrew with the Misadventurers League, which is where I played my first on-stream game. So great to be back with some of the people who were a part of that very game. Also, we are about to launch the Kickstarter for the final issue of Starweed. This is a comic book series I did with Tony Gregory, Claudia Guerre, and Lauren Norby. We are you get all of the issues, the complete story for the first time, and there will be a bunch of fun bonus items. Starweed.com will take you to the Kickstarter pre-launch page where you can sign up to be notified when it goes live, and sign-ups also help out our algorithms probably. The pitch for Starweed is, in a future where people smoke the remains of dead celebrities, we are the ones who heist the corpses. It's a lot of fun and mostly legal. Again, it's starweed.com.
And Aziz.
Hi, I'm Aziz. You can find me most places at Lesbianing, including my YouTube, which has a playlist of everything that I've been on that's on YouTube. And you can also catch me more kind of every other Friday on Panzer's Tables playing Dark Waters. And very soon I will be playing on the House of Dreams in a Dear Thirsty Sword Lesbians tournament style series. So
Nice.
And
I have other irons in the fire.
Apologies, I didn't mean to interrupt there. Last but not least, there are 3 days left to go for the Kickstarter for this very game that we have just played. You can get Plasmodics, Mutant Freaks in the Weird Future by Will Jobs. We will put the link right here in the chat. Go ahead and click over that. You have 3 days to support this game and get your own copy. So rush there fast if you enjoyed this game tonight. And with that, I will bid you all good night. Thank you so much for joining us. And join us next week as this story continues and the mystery of King Tide deepens.
Bye.